Ooh, let's go.
Here is your sync tube, everybody.
I'm not gonna place the marker. I'm just gonna save it.
All right. So, where we last left off, you all had been summoned, or invited, not summoned, I suppose, to a court that is being held to welcome the unicorn into a castle, into Humility's Lesson formally. During so, the unicorns made their intention known. Lady Ide, on behalf of her family, proposed a marriage between her and the ruler of Humility's Lesson. Daigo immediately, I believe, said he would honor that, where Fumitaka said he would have to talk it over with some people and consider it a bit. However, that still wasn't the most eventful thing that happened during that meeting. The confrontation between the brothers reached a boiling point, it seems. Daigo seemed unwilling to wait, citing the threats to the region and the need to unify the forces now. He proposed a duel between himself and his brother to the death. The winner would take Humility's Lesson. And Fumitaka reluctantly accepted, only to be blindsided a bit as Daigo named his champion, Kakita Jubei of the Crane clan. There was much shock at this, though Daigo does insist that if his brother drops the claim, he will call it off and no honor will be lost. At pretty much not long after that, Daigo left the chambers, I believe followed by some guards. Shika went and talked to Lady Bayushi as to why Daigo would do this and tried to arrange a meeting with him, which Bayushi is going to try to do for you. Meanwhile, Yue and I believe a few others approached Daidoji and requested a meeting with Fumitaka, which she was kind of reluctant to give immediately until you basically very brusquely said it's a matter of life and death for him. She agreed to get you in later that day, though to wait for her to call for you. The urgency of the situation is now very apparent. 3 days until this duel is supposed to take place. 3 days until this situation, one way or another, is resolved. And 3 days to find a way to make it all right as it stands. But perhaps not. Perhaps there are other ways. So, unless there's something else you guys wanted to do in the meeting hall, I probably will skip us forward just a little bit.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
All right.
I am Gucci, as they say.
Very well.
I'm here. I had to use the restroom real quick.
Good. Was there anything you needed to do in the meeting hall, or would you like me to speed us up a little bit to the meeting with Fumitaka?
Oh, sorry.
No, yep.
Oh, should I? I just don't know if I should say something or not to you. I don't think it would hurt.
Depends what you say. Words are painful things.
It's also very true. Yeah, I think. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? I don't think
Do it.
Akira's gonna pull aside UA
Mm-hmm.
to kind of have a one-on-one conversation.
Yeah, she'll go along with that.
This is probably not great time to tell you this, but the last couple of days I've been kind of hanging out with Jubei, and things have been going really well.
I'm really glad for that.
I can't see him. I can't see him die during this.
Akihiro, I promise I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure that nobody dies in 3 days.
Thank you, UA.
It'll be okay.
So kind of take a deep breath and say, okay, what do we need to do?
So, I got a audience with Fumitaka. I think just making sure that no one's around. I'm sure there's people
Sure.
in the walls, but
Sure,
especially no Coonies.
You don't sense any coonies. Nothing itches like or hurts. You're good.
Yeah. We're gonna tell him everything. And we're gonna hope that something can happen. We need to figure out what he's doing so he can kind of restore some of the lion's faith again. Hopefully, something will come out of it. I don't think keeping what we saw at the waterfall a secret is going to service anyone, especially not with what we know kind of happening right now. And I'm hoping Sheikah got a meeting with Daigo too, so I'm hoping we can kind of see his side as well. Maybe kind of also suss out how much information he's taking from Cooney.
Yeah, Sheikah.
How much,
Sorry.
and kind of see how. I want to see how much. I want to try to see how much he's being influenced by the people around him.
Yeah. Let's see whether this is actually him trying to get his brother out or if this is just Cooney. And I think that might be how we are able to stop this.
I wish Mayuka was here, or Kenny Mayuka was here. We knew where he was. It would make things so much easier.
Yeah. Is there a way we can send somebody to try to find him?
It's possible, but I feel like it would have to be someone who could defend themselves with all the goblin camps and everything around. I'm not sure what we can do about that. I mean, I guess we can ask around and maybe the town a little bit later. Maybe after the meeting with Fumitaka, see if they know where he went.
I might actually be able to help with that. There was a bartender down in the town below that I'd say he'd probably know somebody in the town that could help us with that.
Wait, you're right. Because isn't there like a whole bunch of Ronin?
Yeah, there is. Might be able to even get a small group together.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be wonderful.
I got a sub meeting with
That's-
Daigo.
Holy shit! Where'd you come from?
Perhaps you like as you guys have this conversation, you see Sheikah approaching, and this is
I
the first
wouldn't
word she
say
will
no or
say.
anything. She'd be more than welcome to step in.
Yeah. So you see Sheikah approach at this point and lead with those words.
Oh, great.
Probably tomorrow.
Awesome. That works.
How are we
Thank you.
going to handle it if Cooney is there?
Well, honestly, I hope he's there.
Okay.
I think we go into the meeting with Daigo. We want to really get his side. I want to hear him out. And I kind of want to sense how secure he is in all of this. Is Cooney and Scorpion whispering in his ear? How much that's kind of influencing things.
It'll be a
I
lot
just wanna
easier to
know.
see if he is in the room. Sudden glances or him touching him. They're just all little signs that would probably be that it's Cooney that was actually the one controlling Daigo.
I thought... Can't you sense if someone is corrupted? Is Daigo corrupted?
So the weird thing about humility's lesson right now is sensing corruption is really, really hard here. It's being masked. I'll be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure how Sakubai was able to tell that the servant was was afflicted.
You might
But
wanna...
hopefully,
It might be
Really
worth
good roll.
It might be worth
yeah.
asking
I mean,
her.
yeah, same way,
Yeah.
same way as you are.
Yeah, quiet GM notes. Really good roll.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Um,
wouldn't know
but this
that
is-
though, so...
No.
Yeah, but this is, but it is unnaturally blank. It's void. It's neither blessed nor desecrated. I can't sense anything here. There's a void.
She nods.
No.
I have... I can't really help in that respect, but I have been told I have some ability with speechcraft, so whatever you need from me to make our arguments stronger, tell me.
I'll let you know.
I was kind of thinking about one idea where we kind of play Daigo's emotions of his brother into him.
You have to play the emotions, whatever, are you talking positive emotions? Because
Positive emotions.
you have to have
Is it-
those first, and we have no idea how he actually feels about his brother.
That's true. But I'm hoping that with our meeting with Fumitaka, that we're
I
going to be
know, I
able to
missed her
get some
too,
more of the
Akihiro.
backstory. We're going to be able to get some more of the backstory of how their childhood was growing up. And if it was positive, I don't think I would necessarily ever want to see my brother in Mortal Kombat. Maybe if we can bring some out of those old memories, we can snap them out of it.
Sheikah will kind of think over her interactions with Daigo, and she goes, I had what I feel is a relevant interaction with Daigo back in the city of... Not the city of the Rich Frog. That's the other one.
No, but you all had me believing it for a minute.
Oda-san Uchi.
In
Yeah.
Oda-san Utsi. He feels he has been trained for this his whole life, while his brother has been able to gallivant across Rokugan, indulging himself. Perhaps there are
Okay.
positive feelings there, but there is a lot of resentment.
I'm really hoping with this, honestly, with both the meeting with Fumitaka and Daigo, they try to sell it to us. Because I think the way that I see it, we're all still relatively, from the outside, we're still relatively, neutral. Hopefully they can try to buy our support and we can kind of tell more about them from that. But I'm also really glad that we're talking to Fumitaka first, because I really need to know what he's doing about, because I mean Daigo might have a point there. Like, if he's not doing anything with the goblins, we need to figure out, how he can change that or what he needs to do.
Yeah, honestly, from my perspective, Fumitaka has just been outright losing this ever since he got here.
I'm not sure
Every
that's
time-
true.
Well,
Because
hold on.
when he got
What I'm
here,
saying here.
Mhm.
What I'm saying is, every time that I've seen that man walk into the room, he has been under some sort of allegation, some sort of something. He's always been losing. He's always been on the back foot trying to explain himself. While on the other side, you'll always see Daigo with a direct answer to everything.
that doesn't mean he's on the back foot, though, because frankly, a lot of the clans want someone who's easier to manipulate, and right now, it looks like it's Fumitaka.
I honestly think it's the opposite. I think Daigo is.
I think.
I mean, he's currently talking. He's currently, possibly taking direction from Cootie and Scorpion, and now maybe Crane.
I think until today, yes. I think until today, Fumitaka looked like the easier target. I think that changed today in terms of manipulation. But I think we should talk to Katie and see if she can give us any insight into Fumitaka that she hasn't already shared.
I mean, she genuinely thinks he's telling the truth and he's a good person.
She nods.
I don't think she would have hid anything else from me.
Alright. Maybe just have her think on it to see if there's anything useful we can glean from her time with him. Not to get personal, I'm not asking for that. I'm just asking first if she could take a moment to think on it. Does that make sense?
I get it, but I think we've grilled her. We grill her every time we see her. And she says the same thing.
Alright. That's fair.
All right. Morimoto, Ren specifically, Minoi. Is there anything particular you want to do at the Stockhouse, or is he just going to relax for a minute? Or what's his thought process going down to this place? As you leave the castle, head into the town.
He's gonna catch ear of any whispers, see if anyone interesting from the audience just went there, and also to relax because he needs a breather.
That's fair. Yeah, after the stress of that. Sure. Can you roll me? Hold on. For you, what do I want? So, are you listening for rumors? You say?
Yep, rumors, word what they're saying, like just anything that's going around, or buzz.
Sure. Are you doing it just through listening or through like talking to people?
They're talking to people.
Through talking to people. Okay. Can you give me a courtesy water check?
I can.
Which one?
What a loaded statement.
Exact. Like what you want. Well, we were for sure taking the 2 successes that have nothing else
Okay.
on them. And
I figured that. What else?
it's like, what you want? You want that other success? You want? Do you want?
Do you?
I'll take.
You should
the...
ask them what the TN is first. We're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
What
You'll
is-
get stuff. You'll get stuff with 2. But like this is one of those things that I think you'll get more the more you get. So
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think I'll take the opportunity and see what you give me with that.
sure, absolutely. So from talking with people, you will learn that there again appear to be there's a decent sized group of Ronin that seem to have come into the city recently. They don't appear to be random; they just appear to be like a group that is traveling together. I'll say with the opportunity, because you rolled that, you do catch sight of one samurai briefly in the town. They are not dressed in their armor. They actually look rather dressed down. You catch sight of Daidoji Runa. Talking to a few, it looks like, of just the commoners. Rather urgently. You can't really make out what she says, but she's they appear to be less locals are more like traders, like wandering traders.
Okay. Is she purchasing anything specific, or just?
Oh, roll me. Gosh, what would be a good like check to see this?
Could go off of his vigilance.
Maybe. Yeah, what is your vigilance? 3? Okay. I'll say you see, she gives them some coin, but she doesn't take anything.
Okay.
When she leaves, they look a little apprehensive.
He'll note that. Interesting. Does she have like some? Does she seem like a determined expression or normal expression when she's leaving?
The answer to that is both. She's a very determined person for what you met. But you definitely feel like she tried to keep a fairly low profile here, but she's Crane, and it's hard. So, yeah, it's just something you notice.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
And then he returns to his cups.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything anybody else wants to do? And who all wants to go to this meeting with Fumitaka? Is it everyone?
Me.
You can.
What's
I
happening?
would like.
Sure.
We
So
are.
We had some time before the Fumitaka conversation, correct?
Yeah, that's what this is. May ask if you guys wanted to do anything before Fumitaka's conversation or before that conversation, which will happen in the evening.
I do.
What do you got?
I want to talk to my boy.
Okay. You want to try to find Jubei?
Yeah.
Okay. You do find him. Probably not terribly long after everything goes down in there. And you can tell, or you can see that he is talking to 2 people. He is talking to his brother, Sanji, and he is talking to the Scorpion, Sumi. His brother's kind of got like a more serious look on his face, while Jubei looks pretty neutral.
Does it look like they'd be bothered if I jumped in here?
Roll me Sentiment Fire. That's what I want.
Just for my own brain.
Sentiment.
So he's talking to his brother and his brother's fiance, right?
Correct.
Okay. My brain had a minute there
You're
where
good.
it was off.
1 success, 1 opportunity.
Sure. So 1 success. It seems whatever they're talking about fairly urgently, if that makes sense, like with some intensity. What all did you keep before I continue?
Just the success and the opportunity.
Okay. With the fire opportunity, you probably sense that Sumi is interested in whatever they're talking about, but doesn't have the exact same like concern that Sanji appears to have.
Hmm. If I were to give Jubei a look right now, would he tell me to kind of, or would he give me a look back to come over, or would he just be like, wait a minute?
If you kind of make yourself visible in the distance, he will kind of look back to his brother for a moment. Again, put a hand on his shoulder and say something to him, and his brother looks a little displeased but nods, and he and Sumi will depart. Sumi turns back to you, by the way, like kind of noticing, and smiles a bit and gives a small bow. Very, very small, but then follows with Sanji.
She just smiles a little bit and just like, no, that's going on here.
Sure. And Jubei approaches. Lady Morimoto.
What do you call dudes?
What
Like,
would
it's
you call him?
what's like the is
So I'm
there a
probably not
difference?
even. You can call him like, you can call him Lord Kakita, or like he's being very
Jubei dude?
Jubei dude. Yeah, Jubei dude works. No, he would be like Lord Kakita, or he could just be Kakita, or whatever you prefer. I would say him calling you like Lady Morimoto is very formal.
Mhm.
Jubei Doobie Doo. Yeah.
God damn it. um,
Jubabe.
did you know about that ahead of hand? That he was gonna call on you?
It was a question he posed to me. I agreed to do so if it came to that. Lord Daigo is an honorable man. I have no qualms serving as a champion for him.
What was the original Leah, do you remember like what we needed from him?
From Daigo or from Jubei?
From Jubei.
Honestly, why he supported him, and honestly, like, what if he has any influence over Daigo in his decision making.
But why would you do that, Jubei?
It's not the first time I've been called to duel in somebody's stead. It's actually fairly normal for me. He presented his case and I agreed. As far as I agreed to serve as his champion if he requested such. That is nothing against Lord Fumitaka by any means. But this was a request from Daigo and I agreed.
If you don't mind me asking, what did he say that kind of persuaded you to his side?
He's he's an efficient leader, and he's been training for it for a long time. And I understand very fully that practice makes perfect at anything that you do. And he has a lot more practice than Lord Fumitaka does.
Can I insight?
Yeah, sure. Sentiment air, please.
Sentiment.
Hell yeah, brother! I'll drink to that.
No, it's so good. It's so good.
No, why did Starlet? Well, now he's got more than one die in air.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh,
God.
oh.
Why does this happen? Why does this keep
I feel like the
happening for
NPC
NPCs?
sheets are broken in this game.
Let me just try this. Hold on. I just
I
want to
know
try.
it
Like,
might not be optimal, but you could just roll it as many times as he has dice.
yeah, that's gonna. Oh, wow, I don't get why these sheets broke. Okay, it's fine. I'll just do what he's got. So this is gonna be his ring die, right here. Oh wait, no, I can't do that. I have to do it this way.
Oh yeah, just roll like how many more
Yeah.
dice do you have?
Well, you should have. You should have 3 more. And then he should have 1 scholar. Okay.
Damn.
So are we
I'm
counting?
sorry. He should have 2 social, not 1 scholar. Hold on.
No, he
So-
has one Scott. No, it's a. Oh no, he is. He's
Social.
yeah,
Social.
he's courtesying.
He is cursing. So okay. 1, 2, 5, 7. Okay. Let me see what he's got. Okay. I would say you kind of equal out in successes, actually, 1-to-1. He's got more opportunities, which I'm going to spend to do a thing. I would say I'll probably do ties to player in this instance. You sense that he's not telling the whole truth. Like, he believes parts of it, but you don't really believe him.
Why do I get the feeling that you're not telling me the whole truth?
He keeps his face pretty neutral, honestly, and there's a bit more that goes into it, but that's the most I'm really at liberty to say, I'm afraid. It's nothing against you by any means, but it's a bit of a private affair in some ways.
And I can understand that. But have you known Daigo for a long time?
Not extraordinarily long, no. For some time.
Does he seem at all different to you?
Stressed. He seems very stressed. The intensity's normal. And I do worry that the stress is causing him to rush into a few things, but overall, I feel like he still has a pretty good head on his shoulders.
I did too, and all of a sudden we just get into this scenario where he's willing to kill his brother over this? That seems like a very far-stretched hand. I know there's something that needs to be done now.
I think he's honestly just using the threat of me to make him stop. Though, if it goes to that point, I don't know that he'll call it off.
It seems like a big gamble to take for someone who's family. Is that really the person that you want to support?
You could tell your words actually like something about how you like the way you say them does affect him in some way. You've like you can notice like a shift in mood, and his mood kind of darkens a little. I've already given my word. I plan to do so. No new information has come to light that would make me reconsider, or would give me the right to.
All right, then come with me. We got to do something.
He looks a little puzzled, a little wary. All right. And he'll follow you.
And I bring you know what? Fuck it. You know, I'm not gonna be the one to, hold Leah from what she wants.
Okay.
In this sort of like tense moment, I think she's going to pull Jubei aside,
Uh-huh.
find, somewhat of a find fuck it. She's gonna find somewhat of a dark corner and she's gonna kiss Jubei.
Oh. All right. This did not go like where he thought it was going to go immediately. You had very serious, follow me, and so he did.
And
But-
immediately after she does it, she's like, I that's not what I meant to do. I think there's a part of me that and she kind of gets a little bit nervous.
he grabbed her shoulders. It's all right. Maybe this is better.
Better how?
Maybe we don't need to do anything else right now. He goes to kiss you again.
Yes, let's go.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you see she kind of like smiles and she kind of lifts off and she just kind of,
Sure.
This counts
okay,
as
now
a
we have
win for me.
For me.
A win is a win.
Win's a win.
I was the one that did the ceremony.
That is true. You deserve the layup. You got me to this point where I thought
There
I
you
could
go.
do it.
So yeah. No, Jubei seems honestly happy for, I think, the distraction and the being away from you get the sense that you're not like the first, second, or third group to pepper him with questions today since that happened. So he
But,
appreciates.
I think now we need to go do what I actually needed us to do.
He looks a little disappointed, but
Definitely more for later.
The scandal.
mhm.
And she goes to find Yue and Shika.
Okay.
You get
All
the
right.
wide-eyed from Sheikah, like, oh,
He looks. I mean, he approaches like when you guys find him. He just kind of he looks neutral. Like he gets back to his stoic crane self.
Yeah,
Though he's got
completely stone-faced again.
he's got very curious, like he's curious look as he.
I'd
Stairs.
say that Chica at least looks pretty curious herself. Like, was this part of the? It was very. There's very much a. Was this part of the plan? Kind of vibe to her right now.
Lady Sheikah, Lady Kaito.
Kakita, nice to see you again.
Likewise.
I see you as well.
And she'll kind of look to Yue and kind of whisper it to her. I think we should tell him.
She nods, and she'll whisper back after we tell Fumitaka.
Gotcha. Oh God, how do I?
Can we meet with you after our meeting with Fumitaka, or with Daigo Fumitaka, Lord Kakita?
Of course. He kind of looks to you a little curiously, Morimoto.
I'm sorry. I thought we had more time before our meeting, but this is very important, and what I need to tell you is also very important. Trust me, I would never try to waste your time.
You never have. And he bows a little bit, and we'll depart.
Are you okay? To Morimoto.
She's kind of standing there looking off in this. What?
Okay, you can't be that obvious about it, Morimoto. Stop.
How do we spell what?
The fact that you're staring
How
at
do you
his
spell what?
ass.
I would never. I am a soldier. I would never do that. No, he is a higher member.
We get it. We hate to see him go too.
I want you to know that
but we know you love to watch him leave.
I want you to know a cup of tea materializes in Sheikah's hands as she sips it listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you alright?
She kind of looks back at you with a very serious kind of look, which certainly turns to a smile. She's like, everything is just all right.
I'm gonna get an invitation to the wedding, right?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we're that but the things are good.
Right.
Things,
I pat your shoulder.
All right.
I love a good wedding, but also we gotta save him first.
I know.
Fumitaka.
Some levity might be needed given what we're about to try and do. But yes, you're right. Let's save them.
All right.
Where are Toritaka, Togashi, and Morimoto Renoi? Where'd they go?
You didn't invite us to this conversation.
All of us were invited.
Yeah.
You were?
Both of the meetings we set involved everybody.
There's only a slight private conversation with me and you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is there anything? Yeah. Is there
Now we
anything
know.
to? Is there anything
Y'all
to
are too
like?
polite. Just jump in.
No, then that would be rude.
I mean,
You're too polite. Just jump in.
just jump in.
Not gonna lie, that'd be so funny if somebody jumps into a conversation and Derek's like, "You lose honor."
We'll let you know if it's a private conversation, but otherwise, like, just jump in.
You've interrupted a private conversation. Lose 5 honor, and 2 duels will commence.
You need to come back up. You just need to spend some time away
yeah.
from the people you don't know.
That's fair. But yeah, did Toritaka or Togashi have anything before the meeting with Fumitaka?
Not really. I think
Okay.
he's mainly thinking about who? The ghost girl and the girl that looks at the ghost girl.
The E-Days.
Don't remember. I don't
Yeah.
remember which one's which.
So yeah, this is the one that you saw at the court just now.
That's okay. Yeah, he's thinking about that one.
And you do
Well,
feel like they look alike. Like
they
you,
look a lot alike.
Mhm. You and Togashi are, I think, the only two who really. I think we're the only two who really saw her face. If I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah, that's what you said. No,
Mhm.
yeah, I think he has zero interest in the conversation.
Mhm.
He's just mainly focused on this thing.
Sure.
It makes no sense to him.
Sure. I mean, you see her, Ide, Nanako, kind of begin moving back to more private residences, flanked by some of her unicorn guards. Some people do want to come and talk to her. You do see the lion bard, Ikoma, who does, try to engage her in some conversation. There's a few others, but you like take note of her. She's, wandering around. She's extremely graceful. You would think she's like one of the crane, just the way she walks.
Okay. No, I think if she's heading back to her private residence, I wouldn't bother her or anything.
Sure. It's just something to take
But
note of.
that's something that's gonna keep in the back of his mind for a bit.
Sure. All right. If there's nothing more, we'll move on.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
That Ide, she's actually there?
She is. This
Oh.
Ide is. This is the one you saw that was a ghost.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, they look extremely. I could not tell them apart from the different
Mhm.
images.
So
Mhm.
Ide Kana is the ghost,
Ide Kana is the ghost.
and Nanako is the
Is
one
here
that
to be
is-
married
is-
to Sora the Humility's Lesson.
And probably Ide Kana's like cousin or sister. Because they look
Potentially.
so much alike.
Or is it the transformed version of a ghost to a
Or
human?
daughter, depending on how long that woman's been there.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Wait, Derek, are these the same people?
They're not the same people. Well, that you have not seen. You have actually not seen
Same
what
person?
Kana looks like. Yeah.
Okay.
The only two who have seen Kana's face have been Toritaka and Togashi.
Why did Ikoma come up? I must have missed it.
Oh, Akoma was talking to Nanako a little
Okay.
bit.
Can you put like Ide Kana dead? Because they
I
do
can,
look a lot
if
alike.
that helps.
Or ghost.
Yeah, it was very
Yeah,
confusing.
ghost.
Ghost.
Because literally when I saw these two images, I thought this was just the transformed version of this dead person into a real.
Nope. But that's fair. Alright. But yeah. If there's nothing more, we will press into the evening. Who all is going to this meeting with Fumitaka? Everyone is invited, but no one has to go.
I'll go.
You will go.
Hell yeah.
Guess I'll go.
I'll go.
I'm there.
Sure. The other person who shows up is, of course, Mai,
no.
who has been involved, in this stuff as well.
Yeah. I mean, I told her. I told her.
Yeah.
There.
Sure. You guys do get requests from her servant specifically that comes and gets you all. And you are led up a number of flight of stairs towards the Lord's chambers. You know that Daigo is supposedly on this floor as well, though somewhere else. And as you kind of arrive at the door, you will see. Question, because it does matter for conversations and stuff like that. Who's wearing what armor?
Oh God, why are you
Oh, I'm
And,
not
who's-
wearing any
and-
armor.
and who brings what weapons? I mean, it's
Okay, what's the protocol here? Because that's gonna also
I
be
think-
really important.
mhm,
I think we're allowed to bring Wakazashi.
you are.
That's
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Like,
I mean, I have my
Don't
walk.
worry, guys. I can summon that weapon whenever I need.
I was gonna say
Got
my
the Waka Waka.
my actual useful weapon is
Mhm.
summoned too, so it's not that huge of
Sure.
a deal. But like,
Showing up in like war gear kind of gives you social penalties and stuff like that, but also it could be, safer. So
no.
Sanctified robe. Does that count?
sanctified robes give you. Hold on.
no, that's fine. It's
Yeah,
not
I
war
think-
here.
Those are good.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I have. Otherwise,
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I'll
we're
have
it's gonna
fucked.
be a
my-
really interesting meeting.
I'll
They're just ceremonial.
I
Um,
I will
There's-
have
there's
my
ceremony.
Mhm.
I will have my traveling clothes under my formal robes, just because otherwise I have absolutely no physical resistances.
okay.
I'm assuming there's like padded armor there, and that's why it has physical resistance. Or something.
So ceremonial clothes have like 1 resistance. Sanctified robes have 1 physical, 3 supernatural resistance. The traveling clothes have 2 physical resistance.
Yeah, and what are their qualities? Durable, subtle, and
Mundane.
yeah, because I accidentally deleted the qualities. That was fun.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
All
Well,
right.
Yeah. no, we're in-
Before we have the meeting, can we like as a group just take a moment to talk strategy so that
Sure. Absolutely.
like, okay, we're gonna go in and we're gonna tell him the truth.
Yes, I
What-
would like to kind of know before we kind of lead with that. I want to know like what he's doing to, combat what's going on with the goblins. Like what his strategies are here with that.
Okay. So we want to ask him his plan for humility's lesson, right?
Yes.
Who,
And I mean, no matter what he says, I mean, we're still gonna, tell him everything we saw.
Right.
I'll tell him what I felt.
So I think you should be the one to talk about the Oni so that we can then share our experiences in the cave to
mhm.
bolster your experience as well.
I will probably be around to like offer my experiences as well, but I probably won't take the lead unless you want me to or look like you need me to.
You might need
He's-
to tell him that you kind of sent us there, but other than
Right.
that,
I can do that.
plus like what you found on the servant might be really important too.
Yeah, I can take the lead where needed then. I just say that because I'm not either their favorite person.
I know, but it's good that you're here.
Thank you for being
Uh,
here, by the way.
Of course, this is part of my duty. I'm happy to help. And yeah, she smiles. But yeah, you guys will approach. There are several guards outside who are armored. And look, like they're ready for somebody to like attack Lord Fumitaka. Really cool sword, yes. You are led inside, and inside there are only 2 people. There is Lady Taidoshi, not in her normal armor at the moment. She's in more ceremonial crane clothing, though she does have her katana wakizashi at her side. And then there's Fumitaka, who at the moment is in his more regal-looking robes, and is not armed at the moment.
Quick rewind.
Mhm.
To the planning session. Who wants to talk? Who wants to lead the discussion about the plan? Like, ask the questions. Does
I was
anybody
gonna
have?
leave that to you with your speech.
Okay, if everyone is comfortable with that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, the only other thing I'm doing is activating Earth Needs No Eyes, just to have that vigilance boost.
Okay.
I may
Oh.
try to press him a little bit in case he's just kind of floundering in there, but we got to find out what he's actually really made of and can he actually do this.
Right. I didn't want to make assumptions, and I want to make sure that we are a united front.
I trust you, Sheikah. You got this.
For sure.
Get down.
All right.
Get down. Get down.
Your words are very powerful, Sheikah.
I certainly hope so. Today, ancestors and Kami be with me. Is ancestor worship a thing in Rokugan? It is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you arrive in here with Fumitaka and with Daidoji. He looks at the group. Friends, I welcome you to this space. I understand that this meeting was requested with some urgency among a rather large group of you, with very different backgrounds.
It's
May
pleasure-
I?
Go ahead. Sorry.
He will just ask. May I ask to what I owe the honor and the pleasure?
My name is Shikachio. I'm not sure we've had the chance to meet in person yet, but I've been meaning to speak with you, learn more about you, and unfortunately, the circumstances are less than ideal. But it is very nice to meet you, and I do the little respectful bow.
Sure. He nods his head. Likewise, very good to meet you, Sheikah. I've known several deer in my life, and they've always been rather charming company.
I smile, and I let everybody else introduce
We
themselves.
go around the room and
Sure,
we
yeah.
introduce
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah, down the road.
We have a few things we'd like to discuss with you. First among them is, would you share with us what you have been doing? Daigo is implied that it is nothing, but I have a hard time believing that. Tell us your plan, what you've done. Tell us your side of this. Very soothing aura right now.
Sure. Well, so far, my duty has been to monitor the situation on this side of the river. It's the agreement that we came to. And we have, I'm sure you know, experienced several goblin attacks, mainly in some of the smaller villages down the river. We've sent a good amount of lion troops at our disposal, as well as called on some of Lady Matsu's, due to the garrison being slightly diminished in recent times, to help deal with those threats as they've arisen. We have done our very best to catch these attacks before they've actually occurred, though it has been difficult, as mainly they have come by boat. We're not sure of their origin. My brother believes they're somewhere upriver a little ways on our side, but I've not seen or heard anything of the sort. And Daidoji Runa actually speaks up. It is my opinion, and the opinion of Lord Kitsu Kagamori, who leads a lot of these excursions, that they are taking tunnels through the mountains and coming on our side. In which case, the issue likely originates from Daigo's territory.
Geography question. Did they mean under the river?
They are meaning like they're coming through like this pass, like through this mountain, like there are paths through it.
Right, and that's why I was like, are they talking about tunnels under the river across? Because this looks like it's. You see
I think
what
you're
I'm
saying they were attacking by boat.
Yeah, they're basically
Okay.
she's coming to taking boats through the mountains and landing and attacking.
Got it. Have you been able to track them back to at least the paths on the eastern side of the mountains?
We've been able to trace them back to their boats, but whether any tunnels exist, we've not been able to prove as of yet. Some of the locals have claimed there are some.
Which locals?
Specifically, some of the Hyman from, and she'll kind of point down to this village. Some of the more adventurous like to explore them, at least according to them.
Have any gone missing?
A number of people have gone missing in recent days. As far as explorers, potentially a few, I believe.
When was the earliest?
Runa kind of checked some notes. It's hard to know because the Hyman do not keep great records. But several months ago, I believe, is the earliest report of someone going missing.
Is that when the attacks began?
Not long after that. Several weeks after.
So it sounds like this has been going on for several months. 6 months, maybe? It's been 6 months since their father died, right?
Yes, and she would say the attacks have gone on for about 3.
Okay. And have they been more frequent on this side of the river or on Lion's Watch side of the river?
From what we understand, we have suffered the brunt of assaults, though Lord Daigo certainly has his that he has been dealing with. From what I understand, that is why he brought Lord Cooney to assist, or he found Lord Cooney, who has been assisting him.
Do you mind about how long ago did he start bringing Cooney in?
And was it just that one Cooney? Cooney Motazan?
I believe so.
There wasn't a second?
I've not heard of a second Cooney. She's gonna insight that. Hold on. That's a really pointed question. Can you sentiment air for me?
I would love to send some air for you.
Ooh, very good.
We're playing poker right now. I'm gonna try and keep things on the down low for the time being until we're ready to lay our cards on the table. So 4 successes.
All right. Let's see how she does. Well, her sheet work. Let's go, Daidoji Runa. She's gonna keep her 2.
God
3.
damn it.
4. Okay. All right. Good to know. So, you guys, there's like a tense moment for a second, but it passes. But from what we understand, Kun-E Motazan has been assisting Daigo in finding goblin encampments and has been fairly successful.
Has Cooney Motazan offered you assistance?
In passing, though he has made his apparent, it made it very apparent that this would be at the aid of Daigo, or at Daigo's request. And I have felt, and Fumitaka will actually speak up, we felt his offer has been a bit less than genuine in its desire to be helpful.
what is your plan if you become the Lord to deal with this problem?
Well, as it stands, our numbers are rather depleted. We would likely need to call in aid from some of the other Matsu families, or even some of the others. We may need to pay some of the Ronin who are around to help us deal with such threats as well. This is going to be something that's going to take a lot of eyes to find them all. We'll need the assistance of people who are specialized in dealing with corrupted creatures, such as some of the Phoenix here, which is actually, I requested the Phoenix send someone to be able to assist, and they did so. He says, kind of looking to Mai, who nods, kind of bows a little bit. I've been happy to assist wherever you've needed. Yeah. Thank you, Asako.
I did take something you said. Very curious, because I believe in our meeting with everyone, Cooney stated that there weren't very many goblin camps, yet you were saying that he was very successful in eliminating them.
On their side of the river of Lion's Watch, yes. I believe there were some, and Cooney has been helping Daigo find them and crush them.
Were you ever with them when a camp was raided?
I have not been. I've been managing this side of things. I've talked to some people who have been there.
And what insight did they provide you?
That the tales of the Cooney being expert trackers of corrupted creatures and masters of great Shuji are, or maybe Shuji's the wrong word. I think, which one is the invocation-y one?
I think it's...
Is it Shuji?
Invocations. Yeah. Yeah, it's invocations.
Invocations, yeah. Masters of Invocations is true.
Did they ever go in details to how he did it?
Not that I'm super aware of. Even among the line, people are wary to talk to the Cooney. And Asako kind of speaks up. That's understandable.
God, I love her.
So this is the point in the conversation where Sheikah is gonna kind of look at Kaito and like raise an eyebrow as if to ask, like, are you ready? Is now the time? Do you want me to keep going?
She's been ready, so she will go ahead and just... So, this meeting was sort of twofold. Not only did we kind of want to figure out what your plan was for everything, but we've sort of made a discovery that I feel like should come to yours and others' attention. So
you see him actively like note that he needs to sit up straighter.
I don't know how much you know about me. I
just small rumors, Lady Kaito. I'm afraid, not much more.
When I was about 16, a demon raided my family's shrine, and through several very miraculous events, I was able to stop him, though he left me scarred. I promise this is relevant because that was the first, but it wasn't the last time I have dealt with Oni. I also faced them at the City of the Rich Frog. So I'd like to think that throughout my life, I've dealt with them more than the average person. A couple days ago, we were tasked by Asako Mai to go check out the village of Falls Blessing.
She actually pipes up for just a second. I'd heard reports from several of the people down in the village. I didn't leave the village, I promise. But they told me that they hadn't heard from some friends and family in that area for some time, and they mentioned a cave that they knew about, and I was curious to visit it, but I was under orders not to. And she kind of stops to let you continue.
So we went to visit. We found the village, and it was fairly desolate. We saw horrors. We saw visions of the dead there. And the only person that was left alive in the town was a fisherman by the docks who took us in and told us to go visit the cave by the waterfall. There we found it was heavily desecrated. There was paraphernalia of Oni everywhere. So we as a group went to cleanse it. As myself and Toritaka as well, I believe. As we were cleansing, I believe the Oni spoke to us and basically told us that he was no longer there. The jail was empty. We were attacked, but in the end, we were able to cleanse the temple, and cleanse the cave, and it has since fallen in. We went back to talk to the fisherman, and he said that the last people that went up there were two Kuni. One was Kunimoto-san, and another was Kunimayuka, who actually I and Morimoto Akihiro fought with in the City of Rich Frog. So I feel like I know him fairly well. So who he was talking about. And I mentioned all of this beforehand because as Daigo first arrived with Kunimoto-san, the scar on my shoulder started to burn. And it was...
You see Daidoji hold up a hand for a moment. And she just holds up one finger like, wait. And she goes to the door. And she kind of looks at the two guards. You're excused. And they bow and they leave. She shuts the door. Please continue.
I have reason to believe that Kunimoto-san isn't who he says he is anymore.
Asako will pick up. There's decent reason to believe that he may be the missing Oni from the cave.
And I would lend my wisdom to this as well. I believe what Kaita Yue is saying is the full truth.
Alright. Yue.
Yes.
I need from you a sort of courtesy check that I have to think about.
Courtesy enlightened.
Can I be
Courtesy enlightened. Courtesy enlightened.
I am teaching him. I am teaching him
Enlighten
about...
makes the most sense. Like, it's Enlighten a reason. And I think Enlighten actually does check out here. So I'm
Have
gonna
a
let
skill
you,
die.
I'm I'm gonna let you know a few things before we get going because I've planned this out. The DC for this is difficult. You will get 2 die from people aiding you. There'll be 2 different skill die. The amount of successes you need for a complete success is 4. For a partial success is 2. Anything less will not be a success.
Okay.
You may go.
Yes.
Okay. 2 of these.
Just straight success.
She's incredibly earnest. What can I say? I will go ahead and use my last void point as well, just for the funsies of it. She's a successful young lady. I didn't mean to hit that again.
So much strife.
just take the first success.
Still really good rolls.
Yeah, they were.
But you know, I think so. She doesn't take any fucking strife with this.
No, she keeps pretty calm.
She's absolutely confident in her answers. She takes 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, well, yeah, I guess she technically takes 1 strife, but you know, she's doing fairly well considering. Yeah, she's pretty confident in this. I think she comes in this. She's got her head held high. She knows what she's talking about.
He listens, and for his part, like he never breaks eye contact with you. He listens very intently, and it's not like a stare down type thing. He's just contemplating as you're talking, and his face just seems to get a lot more serious as time goes by. As does Diadoji's. She preemptively seemed to she knew where you were going with it. And thus dismiss those 2 guards. And you're confident of this?
I would stake my and my family's honor on it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be telling you.
And Katie will speak up. She's dealt with this more than about any person I've ever known. My entire life. And my checks out. All the markings of a deeply cursed being in the area are checking out. It is also my professional opinion that there is likely something very terrible here, and it is extremely likely that it is the Kuni.
Do you have rumors of the other Kuni at all?
He kind of looks to Diadoji. There were rumors of 2 people with sort of face paint of the Kuni traveling, but they were local superstition. They weren't anything ever confirmed. And they were a good while ago. The only one that ever really materialized was Motozan.
It might be worthwhile to see if you can find Mayuka, Kuni Mayuka, since he was also in that cave.
Why did you come to me over my brother first, if I may ask?
We plan to go to your brother too.
He nods.
Because I feel like this wouldn't go well if I told this story and Kunimoto-san was in the room. I feel like this would end much differently than this conversation will end.
Very possibly.
That, and I believe you're telling the truth. I believe this is you. I believe you when you say that this was your father's will. He must have picked you for a reason. And honestly, I wanted to make sure that things were getting done about the goblins because honestly, we kind of hadn't really heard anything. So I just wanted to make sure there was actually things going on behind the scenes.
I would, for the sake of understanding the situation greater, and I understand that this is very personal, and I do not want you to reveal anything that is not relevant, but did your father have concerns about the goblins, Daigo's associates, anything that might be relevant to the situation?
I know he disliked how much Lady Bayushi was around. Though very few lion like to deal with the scorpion at all. The goblins weren't. Maybe they were around, but not like this. There would be vague tales of a few coming down from the mountains every once in a while. Occasionally, very occasionally over the years, a tale of 2 or 3 attacking travelers, but nothing like this.
Is that why your father picked you?
I don't know. he says it before he means to. Before he can stop it.
Like, and I want to be clear, Sheikah's caveat is she does not want him to tell her anything that is not relevant to this current situation. So if there's personal shit, she doesn't want to know it. Like,
I do. I want the tea.
I mean, Bonnie would love the tea. Sheikah is being respectful.
Sure. You get, like, I think he says before he can stop himself. Maybe he unmasks a little bit here. He just says, I don't know. And it's not like I don't know about the goblins. It's like, I don't know why he picked me. You feel the genuineness behind it.
Do you not have faith in yourself?
And before he can, you tell he kind of tries to quickly recover. Runa speaks up a bit. His father picked him because he's a good man, and he will be the best leader for this area when the time comes. Daigo, in my opinion, right now is proving why he should not be the one in charge, rather openly.
I don't disagree with you, but Daigo was the one being groomed. Let's be very frank with each other. It's clear that Daigo is being groomed to be the lord of this castle, and then his father changed his mind. Something must have happened. And it's also clear that she's like, I believe you. Your father made you the, like, she's not arguing any of the points that they want to die on a hill for. She's just saying something changed.
I know my father had. He believed he'd come to some revelation. I don't know exactly about what. I know it involved us, my brother, and Daigo. He didn't say. He wasn't well at the end. That was true. But he was of his mind.
When you say he wasn't well, what were his symptoms?
He wasn't eating. He grew thin. He seemed to just grow weak very, very quickly, like a sickness will do to you if it takes hold.
No healers could...
He was getting older. It wasn't entirely surprising that this had happened, even though it happened so suddenly.
Is there any, out of character, any hint whatsoever in the description or anything we've heard that there might be some sort of foul play, whether it's physical foul play or spiritual foul play? It just seems really suspicious.
I mean, you could roll like a medicine fire, theology fire.
Oh God, fire? Why are you like
theorize.
This?
Yeah.
Damn it. We're gonna do theology.
I got you. You want me to do a theology fire check?
If you want to do a theology fire check, by all means. I'm over here asking these kinds of questions to try and like figure out what happened.
Sure.
Again, your Your interactions between you and your father are your business. I'm simply trying to understand how we got to this point. Because frankly, I don't think Daigo is being malicious for the sake of being malicious. And I think the entire Matsu family will be better if both of you are alive. But your father named you the heir.
For fire, I mean, Morimoto, I mean, you know, like, if it's a supernatural attack, those things do happen. They could happen over distances. I mean, it's not impossible by any means that he was attacked that way. If they did so, it would have been a very slow thing. I mean, they're talking about quick onset symptoms, but like the attacks are pretty brutal and hit you up front. From what you understand. So you're not entirely sure. It's possible. It'd have to be something very. You'd have to see it, you know.
Yeah, I don't think that's something. I think the first part she'd bring up, but the second part of having to see it, I think that's kind of a moot point. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
have this man do
sure,
it.
sure. I need to see your dead father, who's
think-
probably been burned because.
Yeah,
let's
bring me
see
to
here.
the ashes.
Yeah, I think Sheikah's really asking these questions to get Fumitaka
Sure.
to actually think about the situation a little more critically. And maybe even Runa to think about the situation a little
Sure.
more critically.
Runa will kind of speak up a bit. If I may be a little frank about what our situation is, given that you've been kind enough to lay this very grave accusation at our feet, and I don't mean that in any sort of negative connotation. I appreciate you letting us know, as I'm sure Lord Fumitaka does as well. We are not, and I think she decides just to kind of be blunt. We are not in a position where we can do anything about it. If you're correct.
I think if we can find Kunama Yuka, he might be able to help. He might be able to give levity or, some background to the situation. And
do you know where he is?
no, but I'm gonna go try to find him. Find him in 3 days. If anything, hopefully it would get Daigo, or Matsu Daigo to kind of consider a little bit. It might buy us time.
May I be very upfront? I don't think
Always.
it's a good idea. I don't know if it's a good idea to tell Daigo about your claim after you've talked to me.
Oh, I don't plan on doing that.
It's very likely he will view it, or potentially view it, as even me trying to get at one of his closest advisors, one of his
I plan to come in
advantages.
with a little bit more than, just what I have.
He nods. 1 second, I'm getting called.
Ring ring. Guys, we're doing it.
We are doing it.
So what's the plan with Daigo now?
I still want to get a feel of like his opinions. I want to know like what kind of like what his plans are, things of that nature. Because I mean, I still kind of want to make this look like we're going to both of them, because we're still kind of unaligned. We're going to each of them. I want to
Okay.
learn about what they're doing, what their plans are, and honestly kind of suss out a little bit like how much of this might be scorpion or crab or otherworldly creature.
I will forget this thought
Okay.
if I don't say it right now, so I'm going to say it right now. Remind me to ask if at some point if I should be like, hey Motozan, or somebody should be like, hey, Mayuka, or where, I don't know. I'll figure out. Stop! I keep getting scratched, and I've been really patient about it for the last hour.
Yo, same. Evie's been up my ass.
Somehow asking Motazan if they know Mayuka because, Morimoto
Yo.
Kakihiro and Kato Yue know Mayuka, kind of thing. Like,
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want him to know anything.
okay.
Like, I am not asking him that. If you are free to ask him
No,
that,
I
do not
wouldn't
want to.
No, she, like, this is.
I'm not
this
showing
is,
this man any of my cards.
This is the strategy session.
Yeah.
More than
back
she's
to,
like
though.
throwing things at the wall.
I think Daidoji will kind of speak. I know that for the most part, I think you've all remained fairly neutral on most of this. Though I think it's important, given what you've told us, to explain exactly the situation here and perhaps give you a little bit of enlightenment on how Daigo is actually approaching this problem. And the problem being Fumitaka's claim. It is my belief, and Fumitaka, I think, kind of looks to her like, I don't know if you want to do this, but she will. I think she'll continue. It is my belief Lord Fumitaka is in great danger at this moment, not just from the duel, but at a potential blade positioning itself at his back. Whether Lord Kuni is indeed this demon or not, the situation in the castle is becoming untenable. Lord Fumitaka has secured a great many supporters among the Lion and the Crane, far more than his brother. However, you will find few of the soldiers here, and she kind of motioned to the door, still more loyal to him than to his brother. Those who were have systematically had their honor tarnished in some way, something come to light, and have been banished from this castle, either by Daigo or Fumitaka because he had no choice, or by the captain of the guard.
Who's bringing these allegations to light?
Different people, but I imagine we can all put our heads together and imagine who could be doing such.
Do these different people have some association to Lady Bayushi by chance?
It would not surprise me, though I've never been able to put that together. Roughly 3/4 of the men here at this castle that are left support Daigo. If Fumitaka attempts to make a move against him, or if we attempt to arrest Lord Kuni, it is very likely Lord Daigo will see this as an attempted power grab at this point, a desperate move by Fumitaka or something of the sort, or a play just to assassinate his brother's character. And if Daigo refuses to hand over Kuni, it is very likely this castle will find itself at war from within. A war we will not win.
Who has the standing to make this allegation in this castle right now?
Matsunerumi. And perhaps just her. And we'll kind of raise a hand. Technically, I only answer to the Council of Five, so I also can make the allegation. And Daidoji kind of looks at Mai and just says, while that is true, Lady Asako, it would have a lot more bearing if it did come from Narumi. And Mai kind of frowns, just a slight frown, and tilts her head. Like she disagrees. But doesn't say anything. She'll turn back to Fumitaka, actually. I think if they are correct, and Lord Kuni is indeed an Oni, and your brother has a demon whispering in his ear right now, it is even more likely that you might not make it to that date anyway. And even if you do, and you somehow win, there's no telling what happens after that. And actually, Fumitaka will speak up. I have no doubt that as much as my brother may disagree, if I won that duel, he would be honor bound to give up his claim, and he would do so. And Daidoji looks more visibly frustrated. And with all due respect, my lord, this is not a fight you will win. Kakita is more than just a great duelist. He is one of the Kenshin. And with all due respect, that is almost certainly going to result in your death. Can those with roles in or any proficiency in government roll me a government earth check?
Government Earth.
Mhm.
You said if you have points in government.
Yes.
Hey, do any of
Is that-
those?
One person does.
Good
One.
not.
Hey, George, like a
I've
Alright,
heard it,
have it, just
boys.
have it.
fucking go.
All right.
Get up.
Wait, what's the TN for the some bitch?
It's 3.
Just do it.
I could do. It's the rule. We have to.
You got
Alright.
to. You gotta.
Okay, good. Well, I take all this. Well, I take the
That's right.
exploding. The exploding with strife, the success with strife, the regular success, and the opportunity.
Okay.
To see what else I get.
Sure. So,
Diversify your skills, kid.
so what you'll learn, Toritaka, and something you've actually already know. Perhaps you've read about them a bit. It's interesting that it's you that knows it. It's because it's just a far off thing about the crane. But there is an order within the Kakita called the Kenshinzen. Kenshinzen, I think.
You're
is how
gonna
you
have
say
to
it.
type that out, friend.
I
Maybe
will.
You're right the first time.
This right here.
The Kinshinzen.
Okay.
Kenshinzen. They are like the elite of the elite. The only way to get into them, their kind of club, is to have two others that are already members witness you beat one of the current members. They are really, really good. And they apparently do have techniques that even regular Kakita do not.
I will relay this.
Okay. And Daidoji nods in approval. That is correct. And Jubei will say, I'm aware of what he is. But there's really not a lot I can do on that front.
With all due respect, I don't think it's as hopeless as you guys are making it out to be.
I don't view it as hopeless. I'm just
Or
aware of
bleak.
some of it. Bleak might be a better word. His mood just lightens just a little.
I think we can solve this, or at least delay it until something comes to light, some reasoning comes.
And he asks, we'll say, how do you propose I convince him to delay it?
Well, we'll figure that out. But I still have some thinking to do. We have some thinking to do.
I understand. I would appreciate if you don't reveal the numbers of the castle thing. that was... It's not entirely known, and I'm not sure how that information would do if it got around.
Would you be amenable to allowing us to hire some Ronin if it seems reasonable to go see if they can scout out Mayuka, Kuni Mayuka?
I have no opposition to that, if you think they'll help. Honestly, some of those Ronin might be more loyal to me than some of the people here. But perhaps not, considering I let them be banished.
Do you know who might still be
Maybe.
loyal to you?
And maybe this could be a way to help restore some honor.
He'll not. He'll give you a few names. Specifically, there's a group apparently that's been going around that actually exists more in Daidoji's territory now. Let me find them. Hold on.
Wait, Daidoji?
I'm sorry, not Daidoji. Daigo.
I was gonna say.
It's like, wait,
Daigo.
what?
Daigo. Sorry.
I was
Word
like,
to her.
damn, she is special.
Indeed. They specifically go by the Lion's Mantle. And some of them, from what he understands, have been also aiding in trying to remove goblins from the territory. Though as Ronin and not as samurai. Or not as like official Lion Samurai. You could try to get in contact with them. You could try to have some of the villagers try to get into contact with them.
What about these chosen 5?
Oh, the Sako brought up? The Council
Mhm.
of 5?
Yeah.
She kind of brightly turned. They're a council in the Phoenix clan that really most of the Phoenix answer to. Myself specifically, I'm charged by them to go out and seek out corruption.
So they know they don't hold any sway, and specifically in humility's lesson.
She kind of thinks on the question for a minute. They hold the same sway here that they hold in the rest of the Empire, which is they can send inquisitors to look into things, and the inquisitors report their findings and deal with the problems that they find. Though we are still supposed to keep decent relations with the Lord. And she kind of points to Fumitaka, or motions towards him. I've been doing my duty here, but Fumitaka requested that I, no, she'd say Lord Matsu requested that I stay here. Which, this does kind of beg the question, could I try to find some things? May I leave?
Can I be
And-
ungrounded?
Basically. I'm gonna... Oh, God. I'm gonna try to
I give
roll...
puppy dog eyes. I want to give her a
You can if you want. She's rolling with water.
I mean,
I give her a dice.
I would like it to give her a dice as well, just because she would
Alright.
then pipe up and say, "You need all of the help you can get right now, Lord Fumitaka, or Lord Matsu."
Yep, let's see here. Hold on. Alright. You can see Daidoji's just like the like no can't. But Fumitaka will think about it for a minute, and then say, "Granted, but no more public executions that way. If something threatens you, you can take it out, but do not make a show like you did before." Of course. And she bows her head.
I think Morimoto is gonna whisper to Kaito real quick. Didn't you have that bit of magic that could identify an Oni?
It's not really like magic. Oh, yes. I could, but that does require attacking him. And that would also require him not resisting.
Would he be alive after it?
Yes.
Would it be other harmless than just the attack itself?
What was that?
Would it be harmless besides the attack itself?
It would paralyze him.
Forever?
If I hit his spine.
It depends. It depends on how the kami are feeling.
But that would only affect him if he was in fact an Oni.
Yes. I mean, it would be undeniable truth that he's not of this world.
I think
It
maybe
doesn't work on anything else.
That might be our only way that we could actually, if we can get an audience with everyone to say, we can get some sort of truth behind this. And if all goes wrong, or not if all goes wrong, but even if he isn't an Oni, he'll still be, we have proven that he is still Kuni. But you know, and I believe in you, that he is.
I don't know if I could fight him in a duel. I think is the problem.
We don't necessarily have to fight him in a duel. If we can prove
Well,
that...
if it doesn't work, then I'm absolutely shamed. My family will be shamed and everything. I don't think that's a...
I mean, we've talked about the duel thing. She kind of shrugs.
Yeah, I love that she's always ready to throw hands.
Yeah.
Rin is scared.
You don't necessarily have to fight him, though, if we have the entirety of humility's lesson that want to know the truth. He can't fight every single one of us, and if he does, he's going to have to reveal who he is anyway.
The problem becomes getting to a situation that doesn't get us all turned into Ronin. That's
So
the
the threat-
problem.
Basically, the threat is if he somehow resists it, or if it doesn't work for any reason, then he can say, I've been attacked, and then he can request a duel, and if it's not accepted, but it could be, then technically that would greatly shame Kaito, and there may even be, potential consequences or charges for attacking another samurai.
Likewise, it would be, for that to have work, it would need to be in a public space with people watching, or people already
I mean,
know.
not necessarily. There are chances that he could be paralyzed for years.
My worry is if he gets away.
Oh no, yeah, that's the problem.
Yes.
I'm sure his word is more than mine.
For now.
Not that your word means nothing. It's more so if we accuse him, he shows his colors and he changes back, or does something like that. And then he goes to other people. And then we are, as Chika-san said, Ronin. With a town after us at the very least.
Oh no, I don't think that would ever happen. But implying she probably would take the
Yeah, they're out.
Yeah.
All right. I think that we're talking in circles a bit. I understand the desire to just deal with it up front, out in the open, but I'm not sure that is the path to take.
There are other ways.
As long as you know that we have another way to deal with it. And she very much whispers this. Basically, all I found out is that he has no confidence in himself, and I'm not sure he even has a plan.
Are we
That's
sure
pretty
that's a
much all, though.
conversation we want to have with him?
Like right
there?
here.
I'm not. Yeah. I'm
Like
just-
maybe save that for our
Yeah.
after our debrief.
Yeah. leans over to you. Like, this guy
Wow.
sucks.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
So like, I think that I believe that's all I have. I'm not sure if any of my companions have anything more, but thank you for your time.
Of course, I appreciate your knowledge in this. It's good to know. We'll be looking for a way to deal with him.
We will as well.
I appreciate that.
And Vina will say, thank you very much for your time. And yeah, you guys leave and you can hear them talking for a bit.
We get back to our rooms and I just kind of like slide into the chair. You know how you slide down and you're just like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that was... I feel like it was successful?
That honestly made me more scared having gone in there.
Why?
Did you hear how he was talking about himself? The man has absolutely no confidence in anything of why even his father chose him.
Probably because his father found something out about Diago and he had no choice but to choose him. Let's be honest here. And he knows that.
That is
I think that
probably
he can be made into a good lord. He just...
He needs practice.
Yeah. Everyone
Man.
needs practice at this sort of thing. You don't get good at it. And unfortunately for Fumitaka, Daigo was the one that was groomed for this.
Just so I know, do you bring Asako Mai back with you to this part, or do you just kind of like goodbye Asako and then like leave her
I mean,
go back to her?
I don't shoo her away. This
Okay,
is my friend.
okay.
I don't shoo her away.
Okay.
You don't
Like,
show her
at-
away. We
at
don't know
this
what on
point-
fire.
At this
Okay.
point, she's part of the squad, so it's fine.
Okay. Then yeah, she stays around for this, and she'll just say, I found him to be very honest, but I do kind of agree with Morimoto. He's being rather weak when we need him to be rather strong. It's
Well,
in
the
weakness that this corruption kind of spreads, you know?
I understand that, but like I said, I understand why he might feel this way for a few reasons, not the least of which, one, his brother wants to kill him, two, this was probably a responsibility he never expected to take on, and so is not prepared for, and three, it's all happening very fast.
Oh, 4. He's outnumbered 3-1.
Yes, those aren't good odds. She says it takes a sip of like tea.
Like I definitely wouldn't ever want to switch places with him. But it's
And I think
is it easier for us to try to save Daigo than it is for us to try to make him a good leader?
I would like to save Daigo simply because I don't think Daigo's death, I don't think either brother's death serves the lion, the Matsu, the lion, or the Empire. In fact, I think it weakens it.
I have a question regarding that. Why can what is the scenario where Daigo knows?
Oh, then we're totally fucked.
In the situation Daigo knows, this is Asako, I think, getting very serious. The situation Daigo knows and is actively accepting help from an Oni in order to secure power, we can assume he's extremely corrupted. In which case, quick action will probably need to be taken.
Question.
Mhm.
Your ability to detect corruption. Okay, more than one question. So, first question.
That's okay.
Kaito has mentioned multiple times that something in the castle is blocking your abilities, all of your abilities to sense this corruption.
It's making it harder.
Do you know what could do that? Can you
A
disable
number of
it?
things. If I could find it.
Can you still detect corruption even if it's active? I swear to God, stop scratching me!
It's harder. I never detected Cooney.
Okay. The next question, sort of separate. If we were to get them off of the grounds, would it be easier to detect? Of the castle, specifically.
Potentially. It's strongest here, which is why I haven't minded to leave because I've been trying to find it. But it's a little bit in this area in general.
What could be powerful enough to do that? Ow!
A very unholy artifact. Is my thought. Could be a relic of Lu Feng or Lu Shaban or any blood speaker. That cave was fairly old, from what I understand. In which case, there could have been a rather old artifact within it.
How big would it need to be?
It could be fairly small. I've heard like tales of a blade. I've heard tales of a mask. Even just more common household items.
That makes it harder.
It does.
I think finding Kuni Mayuka is a good goal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how we delay the duel. I know this sounds mercenary, but Fumitaka being attacked might actually work in our favor.
Potentially, unless she thinks about it. He could, declare that they need time for an investigation. But if
I would never, and I want to be very clear, I'm not saying we should instigate it. I'm just saying it might work in our favor if he were to be attacked and injured before the duel.
Who would be attacked and injured before the duel?
Fumitaka. Just to delay it.
I think, is there any way that we could find some sort of rule? They just don't have to fight to the death.
both parties agreed, it's kind of hard at that point.
I mean, is there some way that we can get them? As far as I know, the only higher power in the humility's lesson are these two lords.
Well,
is there anyone else that could go above their head?
Matsu Narumi.
Narumi. Yeah.
I don't know her though, so.
Well, we got 3 days to maybe make a connection with her. Do you think we could possibly persuade her to?
It would be difficult, but I've talked to her before. I might be able to get an audience.
I found her very respectable.
I hope she's not still mad at me.
Why would she be mad at you?
I don't know. I feel like I did something.
I don't
something
think-
to upset her.
I feel that way often.
Yeah.
Was she the one that said that she wanted to meet me? Or was that
No.
somebody else?
No.
I don't think that was her. I'm not sure who it would be, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't her.
I don't think that you offended her, Kaito. I think maybe she just is very stern all the time.
She seemed like, I don't know. I feel like I said something wrong. It's okay. It's fine. I'll still see if I can talk to her.
Let me know if I can help. I look at our silent boys, Toritaka, Rin, and Tagashi. Like, thoughts?
Well, I gave my opinion on the scenario, but
Which part exactly?
Any
I-
any part. We're really low on good ideas at the moment.
If
Yeah.
I'll be honest. And he like opens his notebook of like just like notes that he's probably been taking, and like if you were to read through them, they just kind of lead to the same conclusion. He doesn't go very far with this. I really would like to give an input, but I feel like I don't have a lot to add. Is our goal to stop this duel altogether?
I think that would be the best outcome.
Yes.
well,
Lesser outcomes would mean that they both live.
Here,
well,
You know,
Yes.
has there been a precedent to where a duel was either called off or canceled for a particular reason?
Technically, like the lord of like the area can call it off and say like this is not a legal duel. However, they're both sort of the lord of the area.
Yeah.
except for the Daimyo.
You could could make the argument for that like Narumi, who is like the daughter of the Daimyo, like the whole lion Daimyo, could be like, we're done with this. You could also like go talk to the Daimyo or the Lion Clan champion. They could do it. However, you got 3 days, so you don't have a lot of time. The only person on site who could maybe do it is Narumi.
Now, okay, I don't remember if it was said or not, but their father, both of them,
Yes,
he passed away, correct or no?
he did.
Okay, time to raise a dead guy.
Wait, what?
I
You
don't,
can do that?
What?
I don't think that's. I don't think we do that.
that's a lot of stuff.
I feel like you just
In
said
what
something.
context?
I just feel like I feel like my imagination conjured Toritaka saying something sacrilegious. I'm really hoping my imagination is just very colorful today.
I bless
heard it.
Toritaka as he has been afflicted by the words.
You
I cleanse him.
Like I say that out loud. Like I'm sure it's just my wild imagination that conjured Toritaka saying something incredibly sacrilegious.
How can I raise the
I'm
dead?
sure he didn't say that in character.
You mean like talk to their ghost?
Yeah, basically,
Well, I
honestly.
know I know Katie said that she could do it because she was gonna help Sheikah talk to her parents.
There's a few of you who can do it.
I mean, I think Toritaka is probably. This is what he does.
It might be worth.
Well, okay. To give a bit background, this is what I do. It's not what I'm supposed to do.
What does
Are
that
you a
mean?
necromancer?
Huh?
What?
Are you a
Wait.
necromancer?
No.
Are you a
No.
necromancer?
Sako is like,
talking to
excuse me?
spirits and bringing the dead back are two very different things.
Right.
They
What
are.
No. We're still stuck on bringing the dead back to life. I'm talking about just speaking to them or
Okay.
speaking
Wait,
to their dead
I
about
think- I
finding
think-
out.
Okay, so everybody
What
drop the talking,
Dealio.
rising the dead. Leave it alone. Just it's in the past. We don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay.
You
Dead
can,
meme.
You can speak. You can speak with
Wait.
spirits,
Yes.
right? What does it take to do that?
Not a lot, honestly. I just need to know their name and if they're willing to talk.
Okay.
Preferably where they're buried too. That'd be good.
Well, I think it would be a little suspicious to have somebody just doing a ritual of some kind over the former Lord Matsu's grave, but I'm
mean-
not one to tell you your business.
No, I mean, I think.
I mean,
Probably agree with it.
you just say that, it's a Falcon thing to do, just respect the dead.
That's
I
fair.
make sure
You
you don't
don't
come back.
have to be next to his grave, correct? Based on everything you said about the spell, you could be anywhere.
It's not- I
misunderstanding?
I think it's a very good idea, Toritaka. I think that is something that we should do, or you should do, and we should help you with.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and another thing, I know, like some of us are being very nice and didn't want to, jump in on conversations, but I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. The Aide Nanako, he looks like the ghost that we set free near the mountain.
Could you repeat that, please?
Morimoto, are you okay?
Maybe it depends. What did you just say?
Nanako or Aide Nanako, she looks like the like she looks exactly like the ghost girl we saw near the mountain.
The unicorn woman?
Mm.
Makes sense since all the charms were made from unicorn, or had unicorn agronot.
Iconography. How close is the resemblance?
Well, the only difference is that one is alive.
They look very similar.
What?
Well, how do you
How's
both?
What? Okay.
We've been through this. She's been. I mean, I thought you assumed I saw what
I
she
was gonna
looked
say,
like.
yeah. I mean, we know what they can see ghosts.
We see dead
I don't
people
feel like
all the
that's-
time.
I don't
I
feel like
hate
that's
it.
new information.
Well, it's not that. It's the fact that they.
They look alike. That's
Yeah.
that's where I'm at. That's where I currently am.
Like they could be siblings.
Sisters, cousins. Are we? Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yeah. But has anyone heard about the alive one having a cousin, sister, twin?
I'm gonna be very
situation?
frank and honest with you. This is the first time I've known of this woman's existence. So
Oh, that's
no.
fair.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, is there a role I should make?
Yep, there is.
Okay, cool.
Uh,
Thank you, sir.
I need a government earth check, please.
Oh, cool. Great. Please. Should have.
Government Earth.
Yes.
All right, we're good at the Earth.
Actually, yeah, you're probably the only other person who could roll. Togashi. It's probably Morimoto and Togashi here.
Hey, it's a success.
Hey,
Just the one.
we love
Okay.
that.
All right.
One is better
Oh,
than
look,
none.
there's
Two
two
is better than one,
successes.
though.
Hey.
Hey, we love that too.
Yeah, I don't think you would know Akihiro. Sorry, the other
You
Morimoto.
said
No,
Morimoto. That's all.
I did. Yeah, no, the other one for
Yo.
a very specific reason.
Change your
Um,
ding name.
No. So Morimoto Ren. You know kind of what I think I told you before, which is that she is an important figure, and she did have a sibling.
Mhm.
That I don't think you ever learned her name. I don't think you know much more than that.
Yeah.
Togashi. Ide Nanako, like upon like reflection, and maybe a little bit of like searching, will come up. She is herself not a super powerful figure in the unicorn territory by any means. However, her father is decently important, and her grandfather is very important. And you know that it specifically because of like that relationship. The grandfather had a relationship with a grandfather of or a lion military general as well, and that the two had in the past worked together on a number of different issues, and brought the lion closer to the unicorn than they were in most cases. So she herself is less a powerful figure and more of a descendant of a powerful one, not unlike Daigo and Fumitaka. The difference, I would say, is that from what you understand, Nanako is very good in her role. You don't know too much about her other than she is like a expert socialite, would be a good way to put it.
Okay.
And that she is the younger of two children.
She's the younger of two children, you said?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the other child?
Unknown. Like, just Just 2 children.
I'm sure
that you
you
would
have
know.
a pretty good idea of what happened to the other one.
I would like more of an idea. I would like specifics, but I cannot attain that right now.
You do not
I
have
will-
you don't have them in your memory. You could go looking for them at some point, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I will let the group know that though.
Do you think the ghost is her sister, then? Her sibling?
More than
Potentially.
likely, but from what Tagashi was saying, there's another.
Well,
Maybe
it might be worthwhile
Supposedly.
for the 2 of you, since you
Who?
are the one, you and Tagashi, to...
you could pick 2 other better people than for this mission.
You're the only ones that saw the ghost and what they look like. I mean, one of us can go with you, but it should come from you.
I mean, I don't see why we can't talk to her.
I agree. You should take Morimoto Ren with you.
The-
That
The
sounds,
A team.
that sounds like a great idea, actually.
The A team of conversations.
Turns his eye to his Sakamai. What did I do to harm you? Can you? What
Or
did
no, we. Oh wait. Morimoto,
Why do you think? Why would you think that you've done something to harm me?
What? Why we don't spend enough time together? I feel like that you should definitely join Toritaka and I in this mission that we are given.
Right. I'm going to. I'll come. I was going to ask to go. I just wanted to know specifically why I was suggested to go, rather
Safe
immediately
place.
at that.
Safe
It
places.
was
Safe
more
places
worrisome
in my
the
brain.
speed than the actual suggestion.
There's
Safe
just
places.
a
Can I
few
make a sentiment error check? I don't know what's going on here.
Sure.
Okay.
What are you checking? Who
I don't know
are
what's
you
going on
checking?
here.
Who
There's
are you
safe,
trying
safe
to
places
send
everywhere.
I'm getting a vibe check. Is what I'm
Vibe check?
doing.
There, let's all get a
Something
vibe
very
check.
simple is
Oh
being
my
very
god! Of
complicated.
course, this is the one. It's the rule. You have to follow it.
Hold on.
Yeah, hold on. Let me add my strength.
Okay, so we've got 1, 2 for me, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 successes.
Um.
And I think I
Okay.
want to focus on Morimoto because he seems like the one who's like trying to get out of this the most.
Sure. Moira, if you want to kind of hide your emotional state, I need a sentiment error from you.
So you just want me to cry? That's what you just said.
Yeah.
I have
He's not
nothing to
hiding
hide.
it. He's not actively hiding anything.
Okay. Then what's his emotional state right now then?
He is concerned, distressed a little bit,
Sure.
curious. He's a mix of emotions.
Is it
But he's
like
also
related specifically to these women, these Ide women,
concerned.
or is it like unicorn?
The concern was at Asako Mai. Everything else was at the unicorn.
Yeah.
But curiosity, what's going on, how old this has happened. He's like rethinking that. But Asako Mai momentarily it's like made him like head turn.
Sure. Vibe check is just general nerves going everywhere. Everyone's a little nervous.
I'm really
except-
calm.
Yeah. Except for apparently Togashi and Asako. Asako looks pretty calm.
This is a challenge for me. I'm willing to rise to it. I have the boys with me. It shouldn't be bad.
I think you guys can do it.
It should be
Yeah,
fine.
you guys don't have to be nervous. You can do it.
I'm trying to be nice right here, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Okay.
Do you want to take some
Toritaka?
meditation?
Toritaka, you are
Yes?
quite charming when you want to be. So you
Yeah,
should
it
want
usually,
to be. You should
usually
want to be.
involves keeping my mouth shut.
No,
honest.
Toritaka.
Yeah.
You don't want me to say stuff.
I
As
You're
the
right.
two, as
Honestly, I do.
as the two
Yeah.
people who actually saw what the ghost looked like, you two are the ones that need to bring this to her. That is fact.
I would rather take a goblin to talk to her, honestly.
Well, you're gonna
No,
take
you're-
Morimoto Rinoi
I'll be there. I'll be a semi decent.
You can tell like when you say that, like Asako like giggles like she has a thought to herself, and then just continues to sip her tea.
He's side-eyeing her so
Sorry.
hard.
Toritaka, look at it like this. There's no political interest at stake here. It's
There's
just-
always political interest
there is
at stake everywhere.
it is just a group of people talking and having a conversation.
You keep thinking that, buddy.
You could
you
let
like to meditate?
Tagashi take the lead on the conversation, but you should be there.
The more detail, the better.
Hold on. I want everyone to know this. What is? This is.
This is where we find out Toritaka has a fear of public speaking.
Ah.
No, actually, one of my anxieties is absolutely painfully honest.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you're painfully honest?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm putting that in my next character.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is why
I
he
mean,
normally
right-
keeps his mouth shut.
why are you? Oh, what were you going to say, Kaido? I apologize.
No, it's okay. You go.
I was just gonna say.
I'm just really confused on what's going on.
Well, it seems.
I feel like something's going over my head.
So she explains Toritaka does not want to go talk to Ide Nanako for some strange reason. Morimoto Renoi is for some reason nervous, also giving Asako the side eye, and I'm not sure exactly why, but she is laughing at him, so fair. And Tagashi is all for this conversation, so.
For the record, I was laughing at the comment like, "I'd rather bring a goblin than you said, Justin Morimoto." I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Did something happen between you two that like
Well, between who? Oh, like, who?
Toritaka and Morimoto?
Oh, I don't know.
And Morimoto and Asako?
No.
No.
No, she's fine.
Oh,
Okay,
Okay,
it's fine.
so then what's the statement with you'd rather bring a goblin?
Oh, I just thought it was funny. Just like, ooh, I'd
I
rather
know
bring
you
a
thought it
goblin.
was funny. Why did he
Okay.
say it?
Exactly. Why did you say it?
Honestly, from Q's point of view, I thought we were I was still talking to Togashi.
Or, wait, what?
So you would rather bring a goblin
You
than
say you'd rather have a
Real
goblin?
question
So
is,
you rather
why
bring a
did you
goblin
say
than
it about Togashi?
Every single interaction I had with you caused a lot of fucking strife, my
Okay.
dude.
Toritaka, this is what I will say. You are honor bound to notify
is.
Nanako of this. You don't have to be the one to actually say the words, but you should go with Tagashi and Morimoto how do you say it?
Renoi.
Renoi.
Right, okay.
I'll go.
I mean, you don't have to go if you don't want to, but they.
No, I have to go. I would like
Oh,
to. That's fine.
give him the choice.
It's more. I worry, and also I don't need to worry. I don't have to worry about. But how we're tackling this is the problem. I can do it. I have a relationship with them, with the unicorn, so we will talk.
Huh?
I lean in. What?
The unicorn.
In general.
In general.
Or
Is it a good
in what
relationship?
way?
It's a relationship.
Is it a good one?
Morimoto.
Because this is kind of important.
Sentiment.
Morimoto.
I'm doing the thing.
Hold
I'm
on, yeah.
analyzing.
As you do so, Morimoto Ren, do me a sentiment air check just real quick.
What did you just say?
I want you to roll me a sentiment air check for something else.
Okay, cool. I didn't hear properly first time. Here we go. Okay, we explode here.
You're honor bound to explode.
Okay, I can't see shit. Things in front of me. No, 2 opportunities, 3 strike. We love it.
And 1 success.
1 success.
Okay.
Mm.
While you guys are like all grilling him on like the unicorn thing, the one thing that like I think sticks up to you, Morimoto Ren, like the one person who doesn't like immediately look interested or like what is Asako. You get the feeling she knows. She didn't say anything, but you read it. You read it clear as day. And I'd say with her 2 opportunities, she knows you know. But continue where you were. You guys were asking questions.
Yeah. So the pathways of this, I can talk. It's fine. I have a relationship. That's all you. It's not bad, particularly.
But not particularly good either.
Depends on the person.
I'm assuming neutral.
To give you a grasp of the situation, the samurai by Ide Nanako, one more shinier armaments, is wary of me, but not abjectly hateful. Ide Nanako doesn't know my existence or what I know, but I am recognizable by certain individuals.
In a good way.
I give you the disposition that they will give.
So you're going to be the one that sets up the meeting then?
Yes, I can try at least that.
So that seems like it's settled then.
Yes. Well, I would like to go for a walk. So I'm going to do that.
Aren't you gonna stumble around?
Why would I do that?
Oh wait, your leg's not broken anywhere. Sorry, my bad.
It hurts a little bit, but it's not entirely broke.
Thank you for bringing up that I have a limp. Like,
Oh, no problem, bud.
Just in case I do fall, Sakomai, would you mind coming with me?
sure.
Thank you.
I think they should kiss.
Yeah.
I think they should kiss too.
God damn it!
I think we should also.
Oh wait, maybe we should close the door when we.
Everyone leaves before them closes the door. Wait, this needs to happen.
I
This
look at
needs to happen.
I look at Tagashi. You're taking this very well.
With the Sakumai?
Well, I mean in general. Normally you're not the talker, you know?
No, I'm not, but none of them are undead. They're like ghosts. So
Yeah,
it's like I can have like a perfectly normal conversation with a human being.
That's quite fair, actually. Thank you.
I invite you guys for meditation trips every single day, and none of you come.
Well, you've never invited me.
No, he
Oh, no,
no, he invited us. He invited all of us.
Wait.
he definitely invited
You
us.
couldn't find me
like,
yesterday.
No,
Yeah,
actually,
remember
to be
that.
fair,
Remember
to
happening.
be fair, everyone was busy. I think. I think
Yeah.
everyone was busy in their defense.
No, I was fishing.
Well, that is a
Kind
form
of
of
like-
busy.
Yeah.
I didn't even go to catch fish. I just did it for the activity.
Yeah, that's what it. Because I think UA was doing Kyoto at the time.
Was I
Well, yeah,
apologizing? I think I was apologizing.
Oh.
No, I don't think so. But yeah. Okay, Morimoto, when would you like to do this later today?
I think more about a Ren. I think.
No,
you-
wrong person. Sorry. Toritaka. Wrong name.
Hmm?
My bad. So would you like to do this later today, or?
I mean, I would rather not do it at all whatsoever. Like, there's zero chance. But according to my
Okay, in
honor,
an
and all
hour.
the shit, I gotta do it. So maybe like 45 minutes. I don't know. I
know.
really don't want to, but let's go.
Why don't we find somewhere quiet? And
all the time.
I love
why
that
don't we
he's...
find somewhere quiet
He's
and
growing
relaxed?
more aggressively annoyed as time has gone by.
I love it. I love it so much.
Don't worry, Derek. Every time he has to speak and is painfully honest, he is adding one stripe.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I
So
just...
the more he talks, the more annoyed he's gonna get.
Checks out for the Falcon.
He's at 6.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'll say this: your meeting with Fumitaka was pretty late in the day. It'd have to be in the next day.
Oh. I mean, what better time to talk
Would
to
there-
to an undead dead girl? No,
If
Guys.
she is alive,
hey, you don't
And-
know that.
Well,
Maybe she's
what
just
girl
haunting
are
all
you?
of us.
What are you? What? I'm so confused at this point.
he. You know what, Toritaka? We need to just take a breather. Maybe 30 minutes. Let's take a 30.
Well,
alright? Me and you.
it's really almost time for bed for everyone, so.
Um,
Stop it.
Morimoto, do you want to go down to the village tonight? Before we go
Yeah,
to
we
bed?
can do that.
For what?
We were gonna go down to the village to talk to the bartender, see if we can find some recruits to find our boy. Would you like to come?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Is it actually okay?
I don't know, is it?
Oh god, not again. We can't be doing this again.
Are we doing cinnamon air checks again on each
Oh,
other?
sure, if you want to.
Sure.
I don't think you need one.
Damn.
Wait, is it just Tori talking to Tagashi alone in a room right now?
Not yet. We're getting there.
Oh, okay.
I kind of look at Yue and I bow. I will sit this one out, I suppose. Excuse me. Stop!
All right. You head out.
Yes.
All right. All right. To go to some early conversations real quick. The first group to leave, Morimoto, Ren, and Asako. She's kind of helping you along, and you get about a good way down the corridor, and she's like, "So, at what point do you want me to let go and just let you walk?"
Around the corner.
Okay. And she does so. She, as soon as you get around the corner, let's go.
Well, thank you for that. Yes, absolutely. So, well, I think I would like to have a conversation about the conversation that we just had.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would like to go back to the unicorn with some semblance of what I'm about to mention.
Sure.
And I feel like you know more than you let on. Well, I know you know more than you let on.
I was letting you know I'm pretty sick there for a minute. I hope you picked that up.
So could you give me some more detail before we mention this? Is there anything I should know?
I know that Moto knows your sister.
Wrong direction.
Oh, which way did you want to go? I thought, it's a battle plan, things to look out for. Was I wrong?
No,
something else?
not that. Not fighting. Talking about the ghost.
Oh, the ghost?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Sorry. Yeah, so I don't know much about the ghost, other than what you guys were saying. I know of Ide Nanako just a bit, in the sense that I've gone through the records here, few movies, less enough the history of this place in my search for, the source of some of these corrupted things, and their family popped up. I know that she supposedly had a sibling, an older sibling, by the name of Kana.
Ah, okay, that was their name. Okay, that's very important. Thank you.
Do you want to talk about the other thing?
Did you want to talk about the other thing?
No, I assume that's why you asked me to come with you.
No. I'll be fine about that other thing. Unless you somehow know more about my sister than Moto-san.
Not more than him, probably.
Right. Well, it's not something I'm particularly happy about, but
I imagine not.
I'll be fine in that regard. But I'm going to continue my walk. You can still accompany me if you want to, or you can.
Okay.
Do it.
She follows you.
And he'll walk for some time, eventually taking some moments to look at the sky.
Sure.
Maybe stop for a solo cup of sake, so he does have his own cup.
Mm-hmm. She probably does mention, it's like, it's probably a good idea not to drink too much of that. I feel like you've overindulged since I've known you.
What? I have not lost my bearings on anything, but
Is it bad thoughts?
right now it is. Usually sake is a beautiful way to calm one's mind, both with action and with actually imbibing.
It's a way to numb it.
It is. So, nothing really much to numb besides my leg if I really wanted to.
Numbing and calming are two different things. One's more permanent.
Fine. He'll take the bottle off and just hand it to her.
She doesn't want any.
No, he's not offering to.
Okay, good. Oh, just to give it to her?
Take it away if you want to take it away.
Oh, okay. Do you need this bottle?
No, not particularly, unless you like.
Okay. She goes over to a window and drops it.
Feel better now?
She nods.
He'll put his cup away, then you're welcome.
All right.
Some poor person just got cracked in the head.
Yeah, someone died. No. But yeah. She doesn't offer any more details about what she knows. Especially if you don't ask. She'll walk with you back to wherever you go, and then after some time we'll depart, unless you have anything more you'd like to say.
Nope, he has nothing left to say.
All right.
He's just gonna go rest and think about the day.
All right. So Morimoto and Kaito, you guys go down and look for some people.
Yes.
All right. You go look specifically for Ronin that you can hire. Is that the idea?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
yeah. Ronin that we can hire. I don't even think we really need to mention Fumitaka. I think we just have to find them who can first. I guess first we want to see if there's any rumors, because I mean, like, if he left for the last time he was seen, he was heading towards Dragonlands 305 days ago. Like,
sure,
that it's probably not worth it.
Sure, I would say rumors in the town about his presence probably you will not find. So I'll skip you trying to keep dice that way. People that could look for him potentially. As I said, there's a pack of Ronin that didn't come into town recently. So they, if you talk to them, they will tell you that they've already been kind of hired to be in the town for a while. Maybe after that time has passed, they'll leave. Or they'd be willing to take on the job. They direct you towards Kota Ryoka. who is a little deeper into Daigo's territory, as being like a go-to person for Ronin who need jobs. Maybe an option. You do find one. There's one Ronin that you do recognize here, who is this boy. He helped you out a while ago.
Our boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is in town actually. Oshima Omio. And if you kind of go to him and ask, actually he'll come to you too. He'll sit down. Seeing as you're probably like trying to do like rough interviews, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll say this: you've met a number of different Ronin, and they've been varying degrees of interest for you guys. Like some people are like, maybe we could pick. They can, we can hire that person, and then there's been some of you like, oh my gosh, no. You kind of truly see why some Ronin are you see why Ronin are considered lower than samurai. I'll say, targeting some of them. But Oshima kind of comes up. We'll sit down. I heard you were hiring.
We are. Yes, we are.
Missing person?
Sort of. We're looking for someone who might be able to help us with something.
All right.
I don't want to say too much about it, but it could be really important, and we don't know where to start, and we're hoping that we can get people to help look for him.
Well, I have some experience learning things compared to other samurai. I'm a good listener and a good finder of information, so I can maybe help in that regard. Do we think this person's in danger, or?
It's possible. Really, we need his testimony.
So we need him back here alive as soon as possible.
This got anything to do with what's going on upstairs?
Yes. But I don't want to say anything more.
All right. All right. Is this job coming from you? Just so I know.
We have the backing of the Lord.
Now he'd
It's
ask.
sort of
Yeah,
it's sort of our mission, but we ask for money, basically.
Got it. When you say the Lord,
I thought you said no, you don't.
no, you don't.
The Lord.
The Lord is.
The Lord would never succumb to working with samurai of your caliber.
Yeah. Well, he does. I think ask though. When you say the Lord, which one are you talking about?
The current one.
Okay, there's two.
You think there's two?
I mean, there's two fighting over it.
Yeah. What are your opinions?
Ask him this. I think there is two answers.
Yeah.
I think one, if you tell me it's one, it might be a good fit. If you tell me it's the other, I probably wasn't a good fit for you anyway.
It's the one who technically has it right now.
Hold on, let's see if he can put it together. Hold on.
Can I just put it this way?
Please.
We want the fighting to stop. whatever happens, in 3 days, it'll happen in 3 days, and we'll support whichever one. This has nothing to do with what we're doing is bipartisan.
All right.
We just needed money.
Roll me a sentiment water, I think.
Why sentiment?
I'm sorry, courtesy water. Sorry.
Okay.
Wrong word.
Hell yeah, let's fucking go. I'll take the exploding with 2 opportunities.
That's it. Okay.
Wait.
Okay, so wait, let's see.
3 opportunities,
can
2
I-
successes.
What can I get here? What can I get here?
You reduce your strife.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing, but
Also, I can give you something with the 2 opportunities if you like.
yeah, sure.
What you kind of gather from him, like as you guys are kind of poking and prodding each other, like trying to get a name, trying not to say a name.
Yeah.
you get the sense it's less of like him wanting to be on the bad side of the Lord. Like there's actively like you think there's actively somebody he's trying to not get on the bad side of.
Okay.
One person. And he's trying to gauge your answer to kind of tell. Now, like maybe you read that as it's one of the lords, but you feel like it's something a little more than just like I don't want to piss off the Lord.
Okay. Fine. It's not Fumitaka.
Okay.
Um.
All right. You see him kind of mull it over. That was the right answer.
Okay, good.
How soon do you need to find this person? 3 days?
Yeah, Fumitaka and, or she wouldn't say that. Matsu Fumitaka and Kakita Jubei are gonna duel in 3 days.
Right.
I'm hoping
And
to find this person. I'm hoping to find this person within that time, and hopefully have him there. But if that's not possible, at least word that you guys kind of know where he is. I think we could do something with that. It's better than nothing.
All right. Who am I looking for? Say I take this. Who am I looking for?
Kuni. Hey, Kuni. His name is Kuni Mayuka. He's kind of weird, but
Hold on. 1 second. I guess that'd be kind of government, maybe.
he's a man of culture.
He's a man of culture. All right. With 1 success, I'll say, because he's been around for a minute. You talking about like the creepy one I've heard about?
I think he was spotted in Fall's Blessing about 6 months ago. So, for all I know, he's in Crane Lands doing whatever, back in crap. And I know it's a long shot, and you'll still get paid and everything, no matter what you find. But
I'll give you this for free. I know he was wandering around till a few months ago.
like how you see a few, like 2 months, 3 months.
About 4, from what I know.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of, at least it's better than 6.
They got, from what I understand, he got involved in something, and some people think it was a bit bigger than what he could chew.
I also believe that as well. I'm honestly hoping he's not dead. He very well might be.
All right. I think I have an idea where to start looking.
Can I say that, like, I had written a note
Sure.
and I will kind of hand it to him and say, this, you can kind of give him this just so he knows that, it's actually me asking for him. Well, us. Kind of gesturing to Morimoto.
If I'm right, I may need 4 more guys.
That's fine.
All right. He takes it. I'll set off in the morning.
Thank you.
He nods.
Thank you.
It might be wise of us, Kaito, if we can send out some ravens ahead in areas that he might have been last seen. So if somebody there could let him know, then maybe we could find a meeting point for them, and this might go a little bit quicker.
He actually stops. Do me a favor, don't do that, actually.
Why do you say that, Oshima?
If what I think is true, he, at the very least, is probably, at best, held under duress, if not dead. I don't want to tip anybody off that we're coming looking.
Fair point.
If it's something that you and your men can't handle, you're under no obligation to kind of fulfill that. Just let me know that was the situation.
I'll tell you what I find.
Okay. Thank you. This means a lot.
Yeah, thanks for a minute. What do you think? Can I ask what you think you're gonna get out of Akuni?
He was one of the only witnesses in something terrible and disgraceful, and I'm really hoping for his word.
All right. I'll try to find him. I've got decent descriptions of what he looks like. The other Kuni aren't hard to spot.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, he'll go about getting some people together for that. Just for my knowledge, before I go to Togashi and Toritaka and everything, Chico, is there anywhere you went after kind of leaving there?
I think for a walk, because she took some strife from
The whole thing?
all of it.
Sure.
And she's a little sad with things.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just on a walk. And
Sure.
no
It's a
real
pleasant evening.
Yeah, no real direction or anything. She just kind of wanders around the castle.
Sure.
Does this count as
And-
traveling?
Just kind of traveling? No.
With my passion.
No. That's not the same thing.
It's my passion.
I need
You
to
walk-
get a
you
more
walk-
practical passion.
Traveling around the garden.
Every character I make a sort of impractical passion. I need to just be better about this.
Just find one. Just do the stirring the pot passion and just start gossiping about people.
Just cause problems.
The
Because
sake,
on some purpose.
the sake passion's great. It's a wonderful.
Yeah, you could. You go follow Renoi and develop a sake passion.
Develop a sake passion.
Yeah, she could just for fun. I think while you're walking around, you do find Ren's like sake bottle like in pieces out like outside of a window.
I think she just it's like that's weird. Um, and
Sure.
she probably ends up near a are there like is there like a little pond or
Yeah, there's a few little ponds. Yep.
I think she ends up there or the garden or whatever to just meditate for a while.
Sure.
Um,
Also, Derek, there was 2 other things that I want to do, but you can cut to the other.
Sure.
I'm gonna try and lower some of this flippin' strife.
Sure. You can do so.
Sure, I'm gonna take those 2 clean opportunities.
I'll tell you this: you're not alone in the kind of enjoying the water in the evening. One person you do see alone, I think the first time you've ever seen her alone, you do see Sumi with about 5 or 6 big books and a pen, or like a quill.
Oh. Are they, what books are they?
You can see them kind of open. They look like ledgers.
I think she will wander over and say, looks like so much fun.
It's not that bad. I'm running some numbers so far. This is some of Sanji's stuff, or like his family's stuff. I'm trying to help out a bit.
It's very kind of you.
I've always been pretty good with numbers.
Is it normal to what's a polite way of saying is this really normal?
For her to be doing this stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, you probably could gather no, in the sense that she's kind of, it looks like she's balancing some sort of books for him, and like they're not married.
Ooh.
He's not like, she's not technically in charge of it.
Seems a bit odd. But
Sanji's stressed right now, so I've always been the better one with numbers. He's been the better one with words. I've been the better one with numbers.
How did you 2 meet, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, well, he visited us in Scorpion territory. He was looking for, well, he was looking for somebody like me. Or somebody, I should say. Bayushi introduced us.
She seems quite the matchmaker.
Hmm? She nods.
She from the deer. Any ancestors in the deer?
Bayushi?
It's a joke. She's clearly joking.
Sure. Something I think you get with Sumi, she doesn't immediately catch it. Like she catches it like a beat after. But kind of just nods. Oh, okay. Roll me a sentiment air check, just something to kind of pick up.
Oh. You know, why not? Why not? Let's just completely go for it. But you 1, 2, 3. Oh, god damn it. 5 successes.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. Just kind of like talking with her a bit. Well, you may be surprised to find, having talked to Bayushi and having talked to Soshi, you kind of expect similar disposition with Sumi. I mean, you've not heard her say a lot of words since, you know, you've been around her, right? She's always been fairly quiet. Kind of talking to her one-on-one. She's not the most sociable. what you can kind of gather, and just like looking like at the book she's writing in or working in, this isn't just her just kind of helping out. You feel like she's like doing the work on these books. She's not like I'll say this, you gather she's probably not just like the pretty mysterious manipulative, maybe manipulative, you don't know, but not the typical scorpion in that sense. She might be a bit of a nerd
Okay.
who's maybe masking it a little well.
Masking it.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Just kind of talking to her. She's a little awkward.
they're perfect for each other.
Mm.
Does he fall behind often on this sort of thing?
He was. This isn't his favorite thing to do, and he's got stress on his mind right now. He's worried about his brother.
From what I've heard, he shouldn't be.
He shouldn't. She just says it matter-of-factly. Kakita Jubei is one of the finest swordsmen in the Crane. But he's his brother, so he worries.
I think it would be natural to do so. If my brother were in that position, I would be worried as well. Either of them. How did you start? Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Mm-hmm. She just says that's the natural reaction to that sort of thing.
Do you have siblings?
I don't. It's just me.
How did you start with... She kind of waves at the ledgers.
Oh, it was back in school for me. I originally got accepted into Bayushi school, but that didn't really work out. I found some other things I was better at. I had a dragon tutor who helped a little bit too.
That's excellent. I've heard they are nearly unmatched in their intellect.
They're very, very intelligent. And intelligence is important for a scorpion to have. It wasn't necessarily super expected for me, so I've had to kind of figure it out. I'm not as good at the stuff Bayushi is.
What do you mean?
This is a bit forward, I'm sorry.
Oh. It's no matter to me. I simply like talking to people, learning about them.
I like to learn about them. Talking can be a bit difficult. I'm a good listener.
Was that like a bait for something, or is she being completely like this?
She's just awkward. It's a little awkward. You don't sense any like you should talk now. It's just she's just stating facts a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
You're associates with Kaito Yue, right?
Yes.
Do you know what it was or why she rejected Sanji? Or his offer, not necessarily him as a person. I've not been able to figure it out.
Okay, somebody has Kaito ever talked about this?
I don't.
Yeah.
Other than just
wait.
Yes.
Oh yeah, should that.
Yeah, she actually talked to Sheikah specifically about it.
Okay.
And it was she told Sheikah she just she wasn't like ready for it. She wasn't ready to get married. She politely declined.
Yeah. I think Sheikah would not flat out say that. I think she would say,
You
because,
ugly.
well, no, I think saying verbatim what Yue told her seems like a breach of that trust. So I think she would go, she'd say, oh God, how would she put this?
Welcome back to Crashing.
Blah, 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 blah. I don't know the specific reasons, but sometimes ships pass and there's no need for them to... No, not ships. I don't know what metaphor I'm going for, but basically sometimes you miss... Sometimes the things don't connect when they... You know what I'm trying to say. Right?
Sort of.
Like,
Sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Yeah, I don't know the specific reasons, and that's something between the two of them, I suppose. Sometimes it just is not meant to be, and the Kami have other plans.
That's kind of what Sanji says as well.
I think it's the truth. Are you concerned?
And no, I've never really understood it. I'm just puzzled.
The Kami... Okay. I'm like... Okay, I can't look at this right now.
Sure.
She would say, you two seem well matched, and because you two are well matched, it seems impossible that others see your match and don't see what you see. Do you understand?
I do. She closes the book. I didn't just mean from it from that perspective. Sanji's, from what I understand, Sanji's from a... Well, no, I shouldn't say from what I understand. She would just say Sanji's from a very reputable family with, like, very good connections, and it would have been a very profitable match for her. I've just never really understood.
I think that the Kaitos are very close to their Kami, and I think she simply listened to their guidance.
She nods.
I'm so glad Doji is not here right now either.
Multiple people are typing.
Yeah, that's kind of... I mean, I don't know if she has, like, if Sheikah has any, like, actual suspicions about anything else, but...
Sure.
She doesn't want to talk about Kaito's business, you know?
Sure.
So she'll leave it at the general, and kind of in a way that might reassure Soshiro if she needs it.
Sure. You don't sense she's worried about it, right?
Yeah.
What you get from her is genuinely like an intellectual curiosity. Like, this works out in her, like the math computes. She just doesn't understand why.
Yeah.
But she accepts your answer. I'm sorry. If my writing was bothering you, by the way, I can go back inside if you need some time here.
Not at all. I just enjoy conversation. I saw you and thought, why not? We've never really spoken before.
There's that dinner with Bayushi and Soshi.
Yes. They are quite, they take up a lot of room in any conversation they're part of.
Makes life easy for me.
I can understand that. There are definitely times I would like to not have to take up that much space in conversations as well.
Yeah, she's nuts.
I will converse with her as long as she's willing. If she's like done, that's totally fine.
What you get from her is like if you just kind of talk to her, she just listens, and then like if you like want an answer, she responds. She never like stops you.
Okay.
What you get is like I think what you kind of get is she's very polite. In that sense, you don't sense you never sense that you're testing her patience too far, which maybe is a good reason she can like do well with Sanji. But she does seem, for her other like quirks, she is a woman of very like extreme patience. She's very calm.
Yeah. And I think I'll just have a nice conversation with her. Just
Sure, yeah.
It's like the least stressful scorpion conversation I've ever had.
Yeah, you genuinely don't feel like she's trying to manipulate you in any weird way. You could have been convinced this girl was a dragon.
Yeah.
But yeah, you talked to her for a good while. Toritaka Togashi. I know Morimoto went off to rest for the night. Do you two, when you were left alone, do anything?
Actually, I kind of... Toritaka, how are you feeling right now?
Want some tea?
I mean, I could do for some tea. I would just like you to be relaxed and feel good.
Yeah, let's have some tea. Let's take a breather real quick.
Yeah, let's go. And we go get tea.
Oh no,
Alright.
I'm
You gotta do the full
doing-
ceremony?
Yeah.
Alright. So yeah, you go to stand up to get tea, and he's like, nah, and then he's gonna do the full freaking thing.
The full tea ceremony?
Yeah.
Guys,
Go
I
ahead,
need some
make me-
XP for a rank and performance.
Very good. And it works out for you. Here's what you need.
What exactly is the tea ceremony? I know you've done it in like other sessions.
It
So, yeah,
reduces
so-
strife.
It's like a very formal, very practiced, methodical way of like serving tea. Very ritualistic that removes strife from both you, Toritaka, as well as you, Togashi. 3 specifically.
Awesome. I don't have any strife at the moment, but that's awesome. You know, whatever makes my boy happy. I still indulge in the tea ceremony though.
Wait, minus 2 because I got extra pluses. You ready to go talk to an alive dead girl?
Don't say it like that.
You don't know if she's dead or alive. Could run in the family, you
He
know.
is a living, breathing person. If she wasn't, I would be screaming.
What if the ghost is just really good at hiding it? You know, really good at acting alive.
I know I gave you strife, and I do apologize for that. But you don't need to do this. This isn't. Are you
Oh,
just-
no, I'm sorry. I was just But we are not the talkative type of people.
No, I wouldn't put myself in a political situation like this. I would
Well,
rather have.
from what Chica was saying, she's high in the social standing. So whatever we do here will ripple out through the fucking politics and shit. You know.
As long as you don't do something extreme, I think it'll be okay.
This is why I will keep my mouth shut. Okay? I will just be there in person. You don't fuck it up.
Okay, so what exactly are we looking for then?
Oh, just to find out what connection she has with her dead twin.
Should we invite her out for, I don't know, tea? Something little. Because I don't want to approach her and just say, hey, let me ask you about your dead twin.
I actually don't know the protocol of entertaining some of high standing. No?
I think it'll be a good idea. Let's go find her. I think that's what we should do.
Wait, in the middle of the night?
Oh, good point.
I mean, you can, but that's on you, bruh.
That sounds awful. I wouldn't do that. I forgot it's the middle of the night.
Also, I had a question to ask as well. Are you cursed?
No?
Because
As far as I know.
because the ghost said that you are easily haunted by things, which is how she got to you.
That's a personal question.
That's why I'm asking it
I mean,
privately,
I wouldn't call it
non-publicly.
I wouldn't call it a curse. I've been told it's a gift before, and I don't agree with that.
Are you? Let me put it this way. Are you a yokai slut?
I look at him with like the most disgruntled, confused, and then like just a little bit of disgust comes in. I think I take a strike for that.
Yeah.
Just that question.
Yeah. See, that's the
It
That's the
is.
reaction that I had whenever you sent a fucking specter-like thing around in
I
town.
didn't send it anywhere.
We called it ugly.
It was. She was still a little unnerving when she transformed back into like a normal-looking person. I was still a little unnerved by that.
You know, she was pretty.
Pretty creepy.
Hey,
It was incorporeal. It's weird.
it's unique, it's majestic.
I take this moment to absorb the fact that my friend is a ghost fucker, and I'm okay with that. In a way, you are correct.
Not. It's less of a ghost fucker, more like a. It's intriguing, you know. Like, how do they stick around?
I stare at him,
How do
and I
they?
blink.
Like, they don't have a body, and yet you can still feel them around. Why is that?
Because the kami looked at me one day when I was a child and thought it would be funny. Can we like do anything else?
Huh? I mean, are you not gonna drink your tea? You're not gonna finish your tea?
Oh no,
Is
I'm gonna
it
keep
not
drinking.
good?
Nah, this tea is great. This is fantastic.
Inside
saying-
check.
He's completely honest. He wouldn't lie to you about tea. Togashi takes his tea very seriously. No, not really, but
Them's the roll. Them's the roll. Okay.
does the strife come from like you thinking that I don't like the tea?
Yes.
Have you ever tried some calming meditation before?
I still got explodes. There you go. Hey, look at all this. Look at that strife I got and the strife that went away. Oh shit!
You know what?
It didn't move anymore.
But just to let you know, I don't like ghosts.
I mean, I hunt them for a living, and I don't mind them.
That's good for you. I think that's a good profession to have. It's just it's kind of like what are you afraid of?
Hmm?
I feel like we've never gotten to know each other like this. What are you afraid of, Toritaga?
What am I afraid of? Let me just real quick open this parchment that clearly says 20 questions and just flip through it real quick.
Toritaga doesn't remember his fears, so he's got to write them down.
It's weird when it's like actually a mechanical thing, you know?
Yeah. Oh. You know, not a lot of things. Not a lot of things. I mean, the standard, drowning, falling from a great height, and, smashing in the ground, but that's all normal.
So, like, falling from a great height, that's how I feel with ghosts, you know?
So you get that butterfly effect in your stomach every time a ghost is around?
More like a beehive, but yes, I would say so.
Are you saying you're made of honey? Is that why ghosts are after you?
God, I wish. I don't know why ghosts are after me. I've had someone sort of train me on that. I try to avoid it at every chance. They go away after a couple days. This is a little different. I've never actually helped a ghost.
Wait, okay, question then. What kind of ghosts have been around you?
You know, small ones, ugly ones, big ones.
That's
Like,
all
they
ghosts.
personally follow you?
They follow me. They scream things at me. Sometimes, when I was a kid, I felt like it was worse. You know when your parents ever tell you there's like demons in your closet? There were literal demons in my closet.
So what you're saying is, eventually you got used to it a bit.
No, I couldn't sleep. I stayed awake until they went away. I wouldn't say used to it. But what makes you afraid of talking? Why are you so afraid of talking?
Oh
I feel
no,
like
I'm not. No, clearly it's clearly being shown. I am not afraid of talking. I say stupid shit at stupid times, and that's why, for professional reasons, I will keep my mouth shut.
I mean, the idea that you think you're stupid, I think, is very intelligent.
Again, I did not say I was stupid. I am making. I'm gonna give myself some strife. Okay, hold on. I am making the decision based on the company we are having that the words coming out of my mouth will offend someone.
Look, you haven't.
I've been looking. You're not looking hard enough. Okay, It's been stated.
That's understandable. It's okay. We can. Don't worry. I'll be there. You'll be there. I would like your support. I would appreciate your support.
I wish I was talking to a ghost right now. I really wish some fucked up, crazy,
Don't say that.
demorphed,
Stop saying that.
seven-armed creature was right here, right now, having a cup of tea. That's on you, bro. Don't let your imagination take over you, man.
I hate this. I hate every moment of this.
Why? The fear you are feeling right now is in your head.
Stop saying that.
You're only scared if you let it scare you.
This is I've heard something like that, but worded better. But
See, this
I
is
think
why I do not talk in
it's
professional
okay.
setting.
It's okay, Toritaka. You know what, Toritaka? Why don't we go to a quiet place? You know, and we
That's
can
what I've been trying to do for the last 46 minutes.
we
Why
relax.
don't we play the quiet game?
Take you to a meditation spot I found, and we can relax, and then we can both go to bed. Okay.
DM, I would like to play with my egg.
Is that a
Okay.
euphemism for something?
Bonnie, if what I've said this many times, whatever kink you have, no shame. No shame
I
whatsoever.
don't know. It seems like something happening.
Oh.
Yeah, you two are going to a quiet spot, kind of
You
romantic.
go play with your egg.
Maybe you can show him your egg.
Ooh, it's getting
Ooh.
spicy. It's getting
Alright.
spicy up in this bee.
I will leave this conversation, Derek, with plus 3 strife.
Sure.
I left
Back
with
at
2,
6.
but if we're gonna meditate, I can
Ooh.
lower that.
I am kidding.
Oh, you see where the stripe's coming from?
All right. Was there anything more for the day or for the night?
Yeah.
The only thing that I think I want to do is I don't remember if I told her last session, but I want to tell Servant Girl her brother's okay. I feel
Okay.
like that's important,
Okay.
but that's about it.
She's very thankful.
Aww.
Okay. Akira.
We promised what's his name? Jubei, that we go see him. You still want to do that?
Yes.
And then kind of on our way, I'll kind of broach the topic of so I'm pretty sure a blind man could have felt that strife that you and Shigachio got into. Mind, you want to talk about that or not really?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not right now. Maybe after. Maybe after we talk to Jubei.
Yeah, we can do that. We go to knock on Jubei's door.
Good to knock on Jubei's door. Okay. As you do, the door will open. You will not see Jubei. You will actually see a rather flustered-looking Sanji, who stares at the
Oh.
two of you. Oh, yeah, he said, he's like, oh.
The plot thickens.
I was just leaving. Jubei, you have guests that are not me. You know that. I mean, like, see you, Jubei. He like kind of awkwardly makes his way past the two of you. Jubei comes over. He looks a little frustrated, but he sees the two of you, and his face goes back to stoic. Lady Kaito, Lady Morimoto.
Is now a good time
Or
or a bad time?
sure.
I guess.
No, it's fine. Sure. Please come in.
We walk in.
You do. Jubei's room is very calm, very peaceful. Just probably like there's some books on some shelf. I think he's got like a small little bookshelf. And yeah, I mean he lives pretty Spartan. He lives pretty Spartan. That's
Okay.
probably about the most notable feature of the room. But he motions you over to a small table. Actually, no, it'd probably be a table. It'd probably just be, like a small little meeting area, but it's nothing big. So, I take it you've had your meeting with Lord Fumitaka.
We have. And don't want to open up to you about something. Well, we want to open up something to you, but I just wanted to kind of say one thing.
All right.
What we're about to tell you is something that is completely and utterly private and between only a few of us. But before we do that, I'm going to need to know what side of this you're on.
You mean between the conflict between the two of them?
Where do you hold your head?
I personally... Oh gosh, what would he say? I think he says, I think I've made my opinion pretty well known to about everyone now with my stance.
Okay. So, Morimoto and I and a few others, we left the castle for a few days, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
We were sent on a mission to Fall's Blessing. Are you aware of that area at all?
I know of it in passing. If you want, you can tell. Like, are you going to just tell him the whole thing?
Yeah. I would just like to. Yeah, I think as she's kind of, saying, what happened. I think definitely at first Yue is a lot less accusatory of Motozan. She just lays out the facts.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe as well as like what she felt when the group entered. Like, I think she's extremely cautious with her words.
Okay.
She almost like, so she doesn't like accuse or assume, like, this is just what we found.
Mm-hmm. How does she bring him into the conversation then? Kuni, how does she mention him? If she does.
Unless Akihiro like gives her a sign like it's okay, she might not. She just might say like there is a presence here.
Blessing. Yeah.
Oh, about Fall's Blessing.
Or
well, no. I mean, she would say, there was a fisherman there who said that 2 Kuni went in. She will name the Kuni.
Okay.
Like she will say, Kunimotozan, Kunimayuka went in there. And since then, like, there was a lot of, desecrated, awful things going on in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think also the part though we kind of need to know is like, is he asking any questions about this? Like, does he sound weird at any point? Does he sound like, is he looking off somewhere, like any of those little details?
For you, I would like another courtesy void. I'll give you an additional one for Morimoto.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right. A lot of opportunity.
Yeah. What's the I
So
mean,
you pro-
obviously, it's
yeah.
higher than 1.
It is. So, yeah, take what you
That-
like. Then that's what I'll say, and then I'll give you some stuff with it.
Okay, I'll go ahead. I'll take the. Would it be better to take the opportunity in the like 4 opportunity in this situation, or the 1 success?
I mean, in this situation, it's probably better to take the 4 opportunity. You don't think the one success isn't going to get you too much.
Yeah, it's not going to do anything. So yeah, I will go ahead and just take the 4 opportunity. Just the 2 of strife and the
Is,
2.
is there any generic way you want to spend any of it before I use some of it, or?
No, you can just spend it
Just go
however
nuts?
you feel fit.
Cool. So I'll say this: with 4 opportunities and 0 successes, you don't gather that Jubei immediately believes you. At least about there being an Oni. He believes you about like there being something there. So something happened there. But you can tell, I'll say with 4 opportunities, in this theme of enlighten, he's listening to your story, but he's more concerned about like how this all like ties back and what you're going to ask of him. You gather he's not like necessarily like self-preserving, but he has other motivations that you don't feel like are related to this at all. He's trying to protect something, and that is the central focus of him even listening to this story right now.
Yep. Okay.
But you get to the end of it and kind of lay it out. I see. That's quite the tale. May I ask why you wish to share it with me? If this is, I understand, a very sensitive topic, likely. He kind of opens the floor to you.
I will answer that question if you'll answer one of mine.
All right. Seems fair.
But I will say, you have made your allegiances clear. And I believe it is something that you should be aware of.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the warning.
My question is, why? I can tell that you are apprehensive. Can I ask why you would think that? Why you wouldn't believe what I have to say, or believe that I would know what is going on?
I mean, no offense, it's Oni. I know you've had some history in the city of the Rich Frog with him.
And other times.
And other times. They are not very common creatures north of the wall, by any means. So it's, while other sources of corruption are a little more common. So I do believe it's very likely something corrupted was in that place, from what I understand. Especially if Motozon and another Kuni visited it at some point. But it just seems to me very possible that it could be something else. It could be these goblins. It could be even a minor.
I will
monster
also
user.
fire back. I will also say this too. Why would I risk my reputation and my honor to tell you something I wasn't 100% positive of? Something that I have more experience with these types of things than many people.
Mm-hmm. Is Yui getting more like just aggravated?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure.
She's like she's definitely trying to hide it, but there's definitely like
Yeah.
she's taking offense.
Sure. I'm not trying to doubt your expertise in any way, Lady Kaito. But there are many terrible things wandering these mountains from what I understand right now. But if it were very specifically an Oni, I don't need to tell you how grave a threat and how... Can't look for the right word. You could tell, probably especially Morimoto, he probably can tell he's... Like, she's getting angry and he's trying to find ways to keep it calm. If an Oni is actively around, there are plenty of people searching for corrupted beings, even at this time. Its presence should be large enough to be spotted.
This place has been cloaked. Have you not noticed? Has no one noticed? It took a miracle by chance, but also Sakumai would also back me up on that. She has also found corruption here. And not even just, suspected. There's something going on here.
I don't doubt that there is elements of corruption in this area, and part of it is very likely due to this conflict. Conflict like this breeds it, expands it. But such things are also different than those types of monsters, those types of demons. I feel that if such a thing is here, I fail to know how I can be of help to you right now. It's not my area of expertise.
I looked at Akihira. This was her idea.
I just wanted you to know about what was going on that was larger than this, and that there is a lot that you can do.
I'm not sure what that would be. I'm sorry. It's a genuine thing. I'm not sure what I could do.
Well, if it ever came to it and it actually is found out that... Oh, wait. Can't say that. If this Oni ever does, reveal himself, we're going to need people who can fight it.
No, believe me, if such a demon shows itself, it is the duty and honor of any samurai to oppose it. You would have no arguments from me on that front.
Sorry, maybe I'm a little confused. He's saying he can't offer any help, but then he says he would be
So
there to help.
if he's basically saying if it only showed itself, he'd attack it. But you gather he doesn't believe there necessarily is one. He's trying to be polite because he can tell he's making Kaito mad, but he's not entirely sure that's what's here. He believes there's maybe something corruptive here, but something that old and that deadly, he's not sure. That rare.
Damn, that's good. Oof.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that kind of hurts.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't it? It hurts, don't it? Okay.
No, there's something I want to say, but it might be kind of fucked up.
Go for it. Go for it if you feel like you want to do it.
I don't know if I necessarily want to do it, but like, I feel like Akihiro just kind of says the shit that's on her mind because she's just a straightforward person. But one of these things, probably might not be the best thing after everything that just happened.
Some honor. We'll see. What do you got?
I'm just saying, Kazuo was still there for you. He came to hang out with you.
Oh God, there's so many emotions and feelings happening all at the same time.
You just had a good day with this guy.
Yeah, no, it just instantly just turned bad. Is it just the severe chance of it happening? Do you really think that I would sit here and waste your time talking about things that wouldn't exist?
I'm not trying to discredit either of your thoughts on this matter. Oh gosh. No, he knows how bad that sounds.
Yue's like, this is a man. Like, I am so
because the only next part of that statement is, well, you just are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what course of action would you like me to take?
I mean, first, it would be nice if you believed us.
I think the best thing you can do is keep an eye out for things. If you see anything strange, if you notice anything strange, I would like you to tell me. I think this goes beyond whatever squabbles the brothers are going to. I have respect for you, Jebe, and that is, I have respect for you, Kikita, and that is why I am here. If I didn't think that, you would handle this information well, I wouldn't have come.
Rest assured, I won't pass it along.
No, I'm not talking. I'm not finished.
You and a mask, you could do it.
I feel like she just did.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
That's just if you wanted to go a little further, you could. That's why.
Yeah. Look, I wouldn't have brought this to you if I didn't think you could handle this information properly. At the end of the day, me in the Phoenix Lands, in remote parts, doing my own thing, this doesn't affect my life a whole lot. But if there truly is an Oni here, which I am staking not only my honor, but my family's honor as well, which I have just won back, I want you to know that I am entirely serious and I know what I'm talking about. So please, if you see anything, please say something. Because if I'm right, if I am proven right, then everyone in this castle is in danger. I hope you have a great evening, Kakita.
Yeah,
And
something.
I drop the mic and I walk away.
Sure. He bows his head as you go.
I just kind of sit there for a second and look at him.
Sure.
Did he say anything?
He waits a minute for you to leave. I'm afraid I may have insulted your friend. I'm sorry. That was not my intent. These outside of the lands of the crab, these tales are few and far between. And I understand that you have both lived through a few, and I understand that such encounters linger with you. It is difficult to believe that something so horrid by every story I have ever been told is potentially lurking under our noses at this very moment. When the more logical to me at this moment answer is that there are goblins that are corrupting the territory. There's perhaps an old cave that had something old at one point, and that a conflict between two brothers, where the very tenets of Bushido are being pushed, is not furthering that corruption. And that is what is happening here.
Just kind of take a big, deep breath in. I'm sorry you find my life hard to believe. And the things that I've lived and the things that I've been able to achieve up to this point near impossible. But there's no arguing that I 100% believe Kaito Yue. I trust her with my life. She's been by my side through the City of the Rich Frog, and she's been by my side for this last few months. It really does suck to see that you fall on what is believed percentages rather than the person who genuinely cares about in front of you. But that is where you fall. I won't hold you to it. But I will be seeing myself out.
Understood. No, I will keep this conversation to myself for what it is worth to you. And if I do spot something that is of the caliber and the threat that you have mentioned, believe me, I won't hesitate to act and deal with it.
I'm afraid you trying to do it on your own, maybe. I don't think she even finishes that sentence. If at any possible, I'll still be there.
He nods.
And she takes her absence.
All right. I have 2 more very quick scenes.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
I think
go ahead.
Yue
What
is
you gonna say?
waiting outside.
All right, sure.
And like when Morimoto exits, she says, "That's why I have problems with Sheikah right now."
You think her, as you kind of say that, and she walks, kind of closes the door, or if this is after she closes
It was
the
already
door.
closed. It was
Yeah, I was
absolutely
about
already.
to- I was
Um,
thinking, she kind of just leans up against the door, her head kind of pressed against the door, and she takes a deep breath. It's not how I thought that was going to go.
I'm sorry, Morimoto. I was hoping he'd believe us too. I hope he'd believe you.
Yeah, but as long as we have each other, right?
Exactly. We'll see another day.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry that happened with you and Sheikah too. That fucking hurts.
Yeah, it does. It hurts really bad.
You'd think I'd be used to this, dealing with this kind of work, nobody wanting to believe the bump of the stories, the ghosts, the goblins, the ghouls that are alive, and everyone just ceases to want to hold the blind eye to it just to believe in some sense that it's not actually happening when it is. But when it's someone I genuinely cared about,
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
You guys will leave. Though the camera will linger on Jubei's door for a little longer, and one more person after you leave does enter. And we see kind of the backside of Lady Bayushi as she will enter and shut the door behind her. And the scene will cut to the next day. But 2 things. Okay. The first, you will all be not necessarily awakened, but you will awake to the sound of marching and maybe of beats. And as you kind of look out your window, you will notice that there's a detachment of lion actually leaving Humility's lesson, headed towards the bridge at some urgent speeds.
I will grab a servant and see if they know what's going on.
Yeah, you do so. Actually, you go to do so, and you notice that what the lady who's been with you, Ikoda, she didn't like stop by your room for any long period of time. She wasn't really here for hardly any time other than do what she needed to do, and she left it kind of in a hurry. You don't really clock it until you really realize that. And now, oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna try not to. We're gonna see who I traumatize a little bit. Toritaka.
Yes.
you watch that detachment of lion troops leave for a while, right? And you go about getting ready in the morning. You look out and can see the gardens below. And as you're kind of admiring the view, there is a brief, I guess, a darkness that falls over your vision for a second as something falls from above the window very fast and slams into the ground below.
Oh shit. Is it
About
a bird?
3 or 4 stories. You look down, and you can already see guards rushing over. And you see a boy broken on the ground.
Oh.
You look up and you see a balcony. Not terribly far. About 2 stories up. And someone, it looks like, who walked off of it. And on that ever darkening mood that seems to be settling on humility's lesson, we will stop for this week and pick up the next.
This was a session of silliness and trauma, and I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another murder mystery, guys. Yeah, I love this genre. Yay.